Hey there, everyone. Adam here with Brennan, Alana, Teresa, Patricia, Lindsay, probably many other members of the team. We are going live today to track storms across the prairies. There is a risk in Alberta, a risk in Saskatchewan, and actually there's some unexpected storms popping up in Manitoba right now heading towards Winnipeg. So let's take a look at the different storms we're dealing with. Actually, the one in Manitoba just had a severe thunderstorm warning. So let's jump over quickly first to Manitoba. We'll jump into Instant Weather Pro here, and let's just quickly take a look at that storm. Yeah, we've been tracking it for a little bit here, and it looks pretty interesting. We put a little blue polygon of ours just for severe thunderstorm potential, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like Environment Canada has issued a severe thunderstorm warning now with that storm. So pretty decent little pop-up. Also, there's a storm just to its north, west of Stonewall, which is looking just as strong. And one to the north of that as well. So a bunch of little pop-ups. And we have actually seen some storms northeast of Brandon as well, too, that we've been tracking as well. So a few different storms to keep an eye on over here in Manitoba. We'll jump back to those in a sec, but it looks like they could be bringing some hail risk into Winnipeg and potentially the Stonewall areas as well. So those storms are moving to the, let me back it up a few frames so you can see. Or storms are moving to the southeast, so kind of directly towards Winnipeg right now. So we'll continue to track that carefully. Then we've got a storm over here east of Medicine Hat into Saskatchewan, which is, it was looking a little bit stronger earlier, so we put out, again, a blue polygon for severe thunderstorm potential. It has weakened a bit, which is good news. However, the storms that are coming in from Alberta later this evening into Saskatchewan are bringing with them a pretty strong large hail risk, damaging wind risk, and possibly an isolated tornado risk as well. So severe thunderstorm warnings up in Alberta right now. We've got quite a bit north of Hannah. Hannah was kind of in kind of our targeted area. We did a blue polygon earlier with a storm that was northeast of Calgary. It has actually eventually kind of weakened down here, but the storms just to the north have strengthened quite a bit. And yeah, so gave Drumheller a heads up here, Hannah heads up, and severe thunderstorm warnings from Environment Canada. Yep.
Just letting you know, the link for the YouTube isn't working in the app because it's spelt wrong.
Oh.
So you might want to
why did I
resend
delete
that.
those windows? Yeah, you know, I just copy and repaste that back in and make sure the headline's exactly the same, and then delete the old one, and that should work. So, oops. And all of them? Did I spell them wrong? Oh, no. How did I spell weather wrong? I can't believe I spelled instant weather, and I did I was typing so fast, I did WETAHER. It's one of those days. All right. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Notify like 80,000 people across the prairies and spell it wrong. Oh, well, go to YouTube and search instant weather. It's hopefully it's not too hard. So we're doing something a little bit different this season where we're actually going to go live on YouTube early, and then when stuff hits the fan, that's when we're going to go live on Facebook. So we're trying to kind of build up our YouTube channel because the YouTube algorithm, you know, if all of our community members are on our YouTube live stream, the YouTube algorithm will push us out even further. So which is a good thing. But yeah, I can't believe I messed up that link. And then I copy pasted it across all 3 provinces. Ay. What can you do? These things happen. All right, let me just make sure. Let's see if they all are spelt wrong. Yep, every single one of them spelt wrong. So thanks, Brennan, for figuring that out and fixing that. I appreciate it. Is that how it's going to start? All right, we're going to shut down the stream now because no, I'm just kidding. That's a great way to start the stream. All right, so back to the storm that is, it's starting to actually strengthen again east of Medicine Hat. This is actually, that's the Saskatchewan border right there. And this storm is just to the east of, northeast of Medicine Hat and starting to strengthen again. So the previous ones down here were strengthening, but then weakened. And now this one's starting to strengthen again. So they may be moving east towards Swift Current if you are in Saskatchewan area. And then, yeah, I want to take a look at these 3 developing storms, though, back over in Manitoba. We weren't expecting to go live in Manitoba, but these 3 little guys popped up and thought, you know what, we probably should just to give Winnipeg a heads up here and keep an eye on this storm. The environment is not that strong in Manitoba, but it looks like maybe it's some lake breezes that are affecting this and popping up some storms here. So I don't know how long they're going to last, but they may track maybe into Winnipeg and then die out afterwards. But we'll see. We will see what happens here. I'm going to jump in the comments and say hi to everyone. Penny says, I still found you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Fritz says, yep, I had to find this video manually. Oof. Yeah, that's my mistake. My mistake. What can you do? Let's see. I see. It was Kristen who said the link on the app for this is not working, FYI. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. The A and the E are backwards, says Haley. Everybody noticed it but me. And Haley also said your link on the app is spelled wrong. Okay, so it's not just one of our folks noticing that, but many. Laurel says hi from Calgary. Hey, the storms developed north of Calgary, but it looks like they have weakened quite a bit. Sorry, let me jump back over here to Alberta. And there is some little pop-ups to your northwest, and it looks like maybe a little bit of rain coming into town as well. So you may get some rain. You may have a little bit of lightning, but as you can see, the lightning strikes over here. Pretty substantial activity happening kind of in the Hanna area, east of Drumheller. The storm just actually went through Drumheller, but we're expecting that line as it tracks down towards Saskatchewan. It should continue to increase in strength. So there is a pretty decent marginal to a slight or an elevated risk with these storms. And not to confuse that with when we talk about when storms are elevated, we mean they're further up off the surface. So yeah, so let's actually take a look at the forecast map. Give me just a sec. I'll pull that up right here. There we go. So this is our forecast map for Alberta and Saskatchewan. Again, we weren't really expecting strong storms in Manitoba. Actually, tomorrow looks a lot stronger for Manitoba. So today's just kind of a precursor for the folks that are over there right now. But this is our forecast map for Alberta and Saskatchewan. We actually just updated it to extend that level 2, that slight risk, a little bit further southeast into Saskatchewan, because it looks like Assiniboia, that kind of area, we might be looking at some pretty strong storms. So yeah, so there's that. Again, tomorrow into Manitoba looks even stronger than today, but we do have some interesting activity there right now, so we are tracking it closely. But yeah, that's our forecast map right there. So kind of Strathmore, Brooks, Drumheller area, all the way down to perhaps Medicine Hat, Maple Creek, Swift Current, and Assiniboia area seems to have the strongest risk for today. It's basically that cluster of storms we're watching right now that's northeast of Calgary. It will continue to track to the southeast into those areas. And then the green area, or a level 1, we try to put numbers to it to kind of make it simpler, but level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. So today we're only up to a level 2, but still some of these storms could reach a reasonable severe threshold, large hail being the main risk. Damaging winds are possible as well too. Some of the model runs have shown really strong winds, especially into southwestern Saskatchewan. So yeah, we'll have to watch for that carefully. But large hail, damaging wind gusts, and an isolated risk for a tornado is possible, especially as they cross the border into Saskatchewan. So we will be watching the southwest Saskatchewan area closely over the next few hours. We expect this risk to probably go until maybe 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern, but I'm trying to think, probably about 6 in the west, so something like that. We'll see. We will see. Actually, it probably might extend even further than that. Let's see here. Sydney says, any tornadoes on the horizon? Yeah, it's possible. We might see some tornado activity in basically southwestern Saskatchewan. We'll see. We will see. Brenda says, so the blue area represents, blue is just non-severe thunderstorms. And gray means you're probably not going to see any thunderstorms today. It's not entirely impossible, but we're not expecting it at this point in time. So as you can see, the very bottom right of the forecast map, blue says non-severe storms. By the way, if you're watching this on your phone or your iPad or your tablet, turn it to the side. The live stream will get much, much better if you're off to the side. It's much, much improved. So thank you for the question, Brenda. Appreciate it. Yeah, so blue, non-severe, mostly. Green is some chance of some severe, isolated chance of severe, and then we get to yellow. It's a slight chance of severe. So the next level above that would be strong, which is level 3, significant, which is level 4, and extreme, which is level 5. But we often don't see those level of risks until we're deep into the summertime here in Canada. And we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. Good question here. Vanish says, When's the last time Southern Ontario had a level 5 risk? I would say the derecho was a level 5 risk. We didn't actually forecast a level 5 risk, nor did anybody else. Actually, the day before was a 4 out of 5. I remember before the derecho. 15 fatalities from that storm. That was it went right through the most populated corridor in Canada, from London, Ontario, all the way through the GTA, all the way into Ottawa area. And that storm was incredibly strong. It's very rare for us to have a derecho in Canada, let alone through that corridor. So, unfortunately, 15 fatalities from that. Our thoughts are with all those who lost family members that day. And yeah, that if we had gone back, in retrospect, we would have done a 5 out of 5 forecast on that one. But that really developed quite quickly. Actually, the forecast the night before, I remember saying in the forecast, we're expecting some strong storms in the morning in southwestern Ontario, and we'll see how that goes. There could be some severe risk there. And that's kind of like the only heads up to that storm that I think existed. And then in the morning, it just really strengthened super, super quickly. And obviously, it was a very, very dangerous storm. But thank you for that question. Appreciate it. Let's see here. ECWRC, Dom, CMO, and more says hello. Hi. Let's see here. Hello from Winnipeg, says Mortician. Hi. Just going through some of the comments here. Give me 1 second. Ben says the sky's looking a bit scary here in Swift Current. Yeah, it's going to get pretty nasty today, potentially in Swift Current. Yeah, Swift Current is definitely in the area that we are somewhat concerned with. Let's go back. I just want to take a peek back to in Manitoba. It's going to be a multi-provincial stream here. Yeah, that storm is looking pretty interesting. Someone on Twitter was mentioning, I think Mike on Twitter was mentioning that.
You need to switch your screen.
Oh.
Thanks,
There's
Brennan.
two.
I was just about to mention it to him.
Third time's the charm. Mike on Twitter said there's rotation with it, but I'm thinking this is just noise. I don't think that's actually rotation because it's disconnected from the storm. Although this definitely has the right kind of shape. It's got a little bit of supercell shape, and it's got a little bit of a hook down here near Rosser, I believe. And that is northwest of Winnipeg. So that is moving to the southeast towards the Winnipeg area, probably bringing in some hail. I'm not really seeing the rotation that Mike was talking about, though. I think he might be referring to the noise that we're seeing here. And yeah, it looks just pretty noisy and windy, but no direct rotation right where that potential hook is developing here. And then more hail right there, northeast of Warren, Manitoba, just west of Stonewall. And it seems to be, let's just hit play on the radar here and see which way they're going. Very slow moving, slowly to the southeast. This one's starting to move a bit faster. It was kind of at a standstill for a while, and now it's moving a bit faster to the south towards the Winnipeg area. And there's a little storm kind of merging with it in front as well, too. So we're not expecting there to be any tornadic activity in that area, but we weren't really expecting there to be strong storms either. So we'll have to watch and we'll look out for reports. If you are on Facebook, by the way, we do have a Facebook group called, we actually have one for every province. So if you're in Alberta, we have Alberta Storm Reports. If you're in Saskatchewan, we have Saskatchewan Storm Reports. And if you are in Manitoba, we have the Manitoba Storm Reports. And that's a great place to share, share any reports you may have. If it's safe to do so, please share those on there. And and we'll be watching for any reports that you share. Connor says, are we expecting any weather in Regina? Maybe. You might see some storms. The main risk seems to be to the south, as I was showing on our forecast map, which I'm going to switch to, but I'm going to try to remember to switch back from. Because often I'll switch to the forecast map, and then I'll forget to switch back. Already starting off as one of those days. Okay, we'll see what happens. As long as we can get the word out about severe weather, then it's all worth it. So let's see here. I'm going to jump to the Regina radar. You can see that there is some rain. Oh, you can't because I haven't switched back yet. Perfect. You can see that there is some rain that is tracking. Let's actually just take a play of radar there. Yeah, so Regina is probably going to see some heavy rain from this storm. Maybe some lightning. Right now there's none on that first initial line. But it is possible those will develop into storms. But we're not expecting anything too significantly severe towards Regina. But hey, stranger things have happened. It looks like there's a risk for storms all the way across the prairies right now. This storm is really looking interesting. Northeast of Golden Prairie, Saskatchewan, which is northeast of Medicine Hat, Alberta. And if we zoom right in on this one, this might be some side lobe contamination, but it looks pretty interesting. Like it looks noisy, but maybe that could be wrapping up into some inflow and some rotation. It's hard to say for sure. But it is prime environment over in this area right now. Not like peak environment. There is, again, a marginal risk, a slight risk of severe weather. So there's definitely ingredients in place, but yeah, we'll have to see how this develops over time. I've got so many screens here. Should I do my typical screen count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 screens. So I have data coming from all perspectives here. My peripheral vision is being taxed at this point in time. Yeah, but I'm watching as closely as I possibly can. So just going to go through the comments here. Radisson radar isn't working again. Never seems to work during storm season, says Whitetail. I wonder, because they just did, Environment Canada actually just announced a really great upgrade. So, some of the radar stations, how they have, it looks like there's these like laser beams coming out of it. It's radio frequency interference. And they announced they're actually going to add some hardware to cut down on that for all the stations across Canada. So I wonder if this outage is because that station's getting an upgrade.
I just checked, and it says intermittent outages due to scheduled maintenance between the 14th and the 17th. So it sounds like what you're talking about, because a lot of radars are having that scheduled in the upcoming.
Oh yeah,
Brit is down right now too.
Okay, they're doing multiple radars at a time then, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they tested it at the Edgar radar station, which is actually near Barrie, Ontario, but they didn't. They don't give that data out to the public. I don't think it actually is running properly. I think it's just for research purposes. But they tested it there. It worked. And then they installed it in King City. It works great. So it's getting rid of all those radio frequency lines that are on the new radars. It's so annoying. It's like, wow, we got all these great new radars, and we're like, oh, but they're completely plagued
out west? I haven't noticed.
Noise. No, out west is not so bad. There's a few stations that can see it. Especially, maybe they're thinking of the ones that are further north, because I think it's the ones that are further north that have that issue. But no, they haven't been too bad out west. I know there's brutal the further you go east, but yeah. But anyways, they should install. It's a noise mitigation. They should install it on every station. So I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. Let's see here. Okay. Amanda's asking about Regina Beach. A lot of folks asking about their location. It is possible you will see severe storms today if you're in the area that our forecast map mentions. If you are on Twitter or on Facebook, you can check out our forecast map. Or if you download our free app, then I don't know if Brendan, have we put that forecast map in Alberta yet? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Or in Saskatchewan. I don't think I did. I'm trying to think. No, I think I just posted it direct, so I wouldn't have put it on the app. Do you mind putting the forecast map for Alberta and Saskatchewan? Yeah, if you could put that on the app, that would be awesome. Because then, yeah. Sectoral Leader Cody says I didn't see the forecast map on the website. We didn't put it on the website. We just did it to social media.
On the social media.
That's right. We just did it to social quick, just to make sure to get it out there fast. But we will put it on the app. So if you do have our free app. On a side note, I mean, if you have a severe thunderstorm watch right now, then there's a good chance that you could see some severe weather today. So we'll see what happens. Again, it's not guaranteed, but it is certainly possible. Kristen says, praying for all those in the fire's path. Yes, for sure. It's Fort Mac again. Yeah, that's brutal. Is there any news to that, Lana? Is there any updates on that one? Has it wavered at all? She's probably tied up right now, but when she gets back, I will ask her because she's been tracking that very closely.
Sorry, I was talking, but I didn't unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
So,
sorry, go ahead.
Yesterday was a really good day for fire mitigation. It was cooler temperatures, lighter winds, so they were able to really kind of get more of a handle on it. They did remap the boundaries overnight, so while the fire itself hasn't shrunk, the number of hectares that it covers has decreased.
Okay.
And there's a significant amount of rain expected in the region over the next few days, which will certainly help. Just the only concern will be additional lightning strikes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's looking like probably 20 mil of rain today, 15 tomorrow, maybe another 10 on Saturday, possibly another 10 on Sunday. So quite a bit of rain expected up in the area, so that's definitely going to help with fire suppression.
Okay, awesome. That's good news. So hopefully everybody can come back at some point in time. I'm not sure where they evacuated to, but I'm assuming probably like Edmonton. That makes sense.
The first location that they evacuated to was Lac La Biche, and then once that filled in, they were going to Cold Lake. It's my understanding that a lot of the hotels in the Edmonton area were also filled up.
That would make sense. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate the update. Hopefully everybody there stays safe. Issa says storming in LaSalle, Manitoba. Yeah, let's jump back over to Manitoba again. I'm still watching that storm. It's now under a severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada, northeast of Golden Prairie, Saskatchewan. It's got the look to it, so we'll see what it wants to do. There's still this big cluster here in Alberta. It looks like some really strong winds, maybe, or at least some pretty strong winds, 70 kilometers an hour on radar. And then right here near Scapa is some pretty hail-looking returns here. So when you get into the pink and the purple on Instant Weather Pro here, you're looking at some pretty strong returns. And let me just scroll back over to Manitoba and see what's happening with these storms. So that Stonewall storm is still looking interesting. I'm surprised they haven't put out a severe thunderstorm warning on it yet. I'm going to do another severe thunderstorm potential on that one because it's looking pretty grumpy at the moment. This one heading right into Manitoba at the moment. I'm hoping that this is just noise. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It kind of looks like rotation, but it's probably just noise. It'd be interesting to see some reports from that area, so we've got to keep an eye on Manitoba storm reports here. So Yanish had a question. Does Canada use the same weather warnings that the U.S. does? The answer is no. Similar, but no. Like PDS or tornado emergencies. Arrow says, no, each warning here is PDS worded. No, not every warning here is not PDS worded. So PDS means particularly dangerous situation, which is a type of extreme alert that they have in the U.S. When there's like a tornado going through a populated area or something to that extent, they go to a PDS tornado warning, or they go to tornado emergency, which is their absolute highest level of alert. And no, so we don't have that here, but we just basically, Environment Canada, they basically do a clip of what's happening. There's a little message that the forecaster writes in. Sometimes those aren't available for like 3 to 5 minutes because they have to be converted into French. But if you have the Instant Weather app, our free app, that is, we automatically get that in English into the app. So you might be able to find out some really important details like tornado on the ground, spotted by storm chasers, yada, yada, yada. Those details are critical. And if you want them immediately and you don't want to wait for like 3 to 5 minutes for it to be translated into French, then download our free app. It's a great way to get those details immediately. Mike, there's Mike saying, is this rotating? Mike, that's a good question. So I don't think so. Yeah, see what looked like noise here, and I'm pretty sure you might have been excited about that near, which is Assiniboia, Manitoba, not Assiniboia, Saskatchewan. I didn't realize there was another one. Yeah, so that looks like rotation, but then if you look at the next frame, it's completely gone. It's just noise. So I don't think this is rotating. I think this is just like a small hail risk and maybe some gusty winds. If I go to tilt 2, yeah, none of it's there. So if you look higher up in the storm, none of that's there. But I do think I want to send out a notification for the Stonewall storm because it looks like some hail might be heading right into the Stonewall area. So I'm going to do that really quickly here in the background. Give me just a moment and I will send out a notification. If you are in the Stonewall area, let me know if you get my notification that I'm just about to send to the folks there. Let's see here. It looks like it's going due east. Very slowly. Slightly to the southeast. Okay. I'm going to do something like this. And you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to go maybe right up to about Selkirk, but the storm might actually miss Selkirk. But I'm going to do another little polygon here. I'm going to say severe thunderstorm potential. And I'm going to notify the 1,394 people that are in the path of that storm. We're carefully monitoring the storm that is located east of Warren, tracking slowly to the east-southeast, potentially towards Stonewall and Selkirk, although it may miss to the south of those locations and track into northeastern Winnipeg. Okay, and the time there should be 3:53, I believe. Let's see here. Yes, that's right. Okay. So 3:53. There we go. All right, looks good. I'm going to send that out right now. So if you're in that area and you got that notification, please let me know in the comments. Yeah. I'm still so grumpy that I... Terry Poulos says, hold on a second here. Got your warning in Stonewall. Thank you very much. To clarify, it is not a warning. Only Environment Canada issues warnings. Only Environment Canada issues warnings, watches, statements, and advisories. What we do is we try to give a proactive heads up. So we send out stuff like severe thunderstorm potential, rotation detected, damaging winds reported, these types of things. But warnings are Environment Canada and Environment Canada alone.
Hey, Adam, pull up Schuyler radar and go east of Medicine Hat around Golden Prairie, that little storm.
That little
Yeah, I
storm
was
is
just
picking it up
looking
a
at
notch,
that too.
Yeah, he's warned, and
Yeah, he's kicking it up a notch. Lots of noise.
that's
Such noisy noise. Oh my goodness. It's even noisy on tilt 2, tilt 3. It could be some rotation in there though. As you go up in the tilts, if you still see it, yeah. I think there maybe is some rotation in that storm.
There's going to be a bit of a hail or two.
If we go right in, 102 kilometer an hour inflow winds possibly. But again, look how noisy it is. It's so hard to deal with that noise. It's like, ugh. Really hard to tell if it's noise or if it's rotation. It does have the right shape though. It's still got that right shape. Still has that supercell looking shape. So we'll see if it's trying to do anything. It's going due east. So right moving supercell. Looks like it has a bit of rotation on it. I'm going to jump back into Alberta here. Where CASSM, is it going down? Okay, it's there. Yeah, these storms are still looking windy, heavy rain, some hail north of Hanna there, east of Scapa, heading into Garden Plain. And that cluster of storms is still looking interesting. I still have an interesting feeling about this storm to the south. This is the one we initially drew the polygon around, and it's heading to the southeast. And we'll see what happens. It's kind of like the tail end Charlie storm here at the bottom. Still some lightning on it. Doesn't look very interesting at this point in time, but I have a feeling it's going to get more interesting as it tracks to the southeast, so we'll see. But yeah, probably the strongest storm right now is this one right here, which is northeast of Golden Prairie, Saskatchewan. And yeah, some pretty strong hail returns on it. Looks like it's starting to become a little bit of a flying V supercell. Horribly noisy radar returns here that are frustrating to look at. But we're going to keep watching that. And where is this little thing going? More storms to the south. And I do want to keep an eye on what's happening in the Winnipeg area, because those storms... you can see the new polygon that I drew here. On a side note, what you're seeing here on the right side of the screen, this is velocity. So this is wind. Over here is wind, and over here is rain and hail. So on the left side of the screen, rain and hail, precipitation basically. And on the right side of the screen, we have wind, direction, and speed. So... again, besides some noise, we're not seeing anything too strong as far as rotation is concerned. And so that's good for now. But yeah. Arrow says V-notch on the storm near Golden Prairie. Yeah, the V-notch, like the flying V, right? So you kind of see there's like a tail. There's a tail that hangs down, and then the rest of the storm actually comes out in a V. And so that's kind of like that flying V classic supercell. So we'll have to watch that closely. But again, for those of you who are part of our Facebook communities, we have decided that we're going to basically go live on YouTube and Twitch to go early. We're going to go live early on YouTube and Twitch, and then track these storms as they develop, as they start to build some speed and some mustard to them. And once they get to, if things get to a significant level, when I don't know what the right term for it is, when the bleep is hitting the fan, then that is probably the time we're going to go live on Facebook. So it used to be actually that we only went live on Facebook. It used to be like that we only went live on Facebook if things were going to be quite significant. And then we had a lot of people message us and say, hey, I only pay attention to weather when you go live. And we're like, that's probably not a good idea because we can't always go live. So just because we're not live doesn't mean things aren't severe. But we're trying to go live more often if we can. And when we do, we're trying to go live first on YouTube to build that channel. It's already up to almost, I think we're about to reach 16,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is cool. Yeah, so by the way, if you're not on our YouTube channel, please head over there, youtube.com/the @ symbol, like an email, the @ symbol, and then instant weather. Not the way I spelled it earlier, but instant weather. Yeah, so please give us a subscribe if you are on YouTube. And again, we are going live on Twitch as well, too, because Twitch is a pretty cool, awesome community. So we're going to go live on those two early, and then when things hit the fan, that's when we're going to go live on Facebook. So we only want to go live on Facebook when things are quite dangerous. When they get quite dangerous, that's when we'll go live.
Adam, check out the Strathmore radar station to the north of Hannah.
Isn't it down?
It's working
to
for
the
me.
north of Hannah. I thought it was
No,
down.
Strathmore's up.
Strathmore.
Radisson's down.
Calgary.
Oh, Strathmore. Sorry.
Near Calgary.
Yes. Sorry. What are you looking at? North of Hannah? Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit of rotation. Interesting. Is that kind of a bookend vortex setting up? Sorry, it's Radisson that's down, not Strathmore. My bad. Is that right? Is Radisson down?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Oops. Where'd I go? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that is a little bit of rotation, actually. I agree. Unless, is it in multiple tilts, or is it just right there on the surface? Yeah, multiple tilts. Aha. Now, this is Alberta, and Alberta likes to have mesos that only basically are like a hail meso. But yeah, that's definitely some rotation right there, south of Garden Plain. Interesting. Probably only a hail meso, but still, that's definitely one to watch. So, yeah, the strongest rotation we're seeing right now is most certainly northeast of Hannah. I want to do a minor rotation on that one. Actually, there's two mesos. There's one to the north of that as well, too. North of Sullivan Lake. Two areas of embedded rotation right there. Right here and right here. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, those are definitely apparent. Thank you for your eyes, Brennan and Alana. So there's a lot of radar to watch right now. Yeah, so definitely two areas of rotation. Definitely minor. Kind of want to do a... Okay, I'm going to get a polygon ready. Because if the next frame comes in and it looks like it's going to continue, then I want to do a minor rotation notification on those. Yeah, good eye. Okay, so let's see where they are here. Yeah, it's kind of a bookend vortex, actually. North of Scapa and... Let's see here. East of Scapa. Let's see. So it's east of Scapa. Oh, there's the next update. And now there's another area to the south. It's kind of there on tilt 2 still. And that one is definitely still there, and it's definitely bookend vortex. Oh, and it looks stronger on tilt 2 now. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to send a notification on those. That's for sure. And which way are they going? They are going due east. So northeast of Hannah and due east. Okay. All right. Okay, a few areas. I say minor rotation. Let me just do this quickly here. So, minor rotation. Minor rotation detected on this. We've detected several. 3? Let's say 2. Detected 2 areas of minor rotation on this storm northeast of Hannah, tracking to the east-northeast. It's possible this is just due to possible these are only producing a hail risk, although there is a bookend vortex on, where's that again? That's east of Scapa. South of bookend vortex, just south of Garden Plain. And this may have some isolated tornado risk. Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about here, but this one's also interesting too. The one just northeast of Hannah. All right. Okay, and the time is 3:03. 3:03 p.m. Oh, it's about to be 3:04. So 3:04. Okay, I'm about to send that notification right now. If you are in that area, let me know if you get the notification. And it is 3:04. Okay, I'm sending it right now to 149 folks that are in the path of that storm. Arrow says rotation got stronger on the rotation west of Spadonin. Yeah, that's this is the bookend vortex we're talking about right here. Yeah, see it's curving this way, and it's curving back into the storm, and that's where the rotation is right there. So, yeah, it's definitely worth watching on that one. You'll see my little polygon pop up in a sec, but let me go take a look quickly over at first Saskatchewan really quick on this storm. Still looking mainly like a hail producer. That area that kind of looked like rotation northeast of Golden Prairie, Saskatchewan. That rotation looks more like noise. This looks like mainly a hail producer at this point in time. Still under severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada. And let's go take a look at that storm down here heading into Winnipeg that is still under a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know if they're extending the severe thunderstorm warning, but now would probably be the time for them to do it, considering the storm is almost completely south of the warning region. So I don't know if they're going to continue that, but they may. They may not. Maybe they'll do a special weather statement. I'm not sure. We have our polygons around Stonewall Storm right now. It looks like the Stonewall Storm the hail may miss Stonewall completely and head more down towards Stony Mountain. Looks like Selkirk will probably be missed by that cell now. Even though we did notify that area, it looks like it probably will be missed. So there's that. More storms here northeast of Gladstone, Manitoba as well. And let's see here. Now let's jump back over to east of Medicine Hat. Yeah, they've extended the severe thunderstorm warning just now. You just saw that polygon pop up on Instant Weather Pro. And yes. Let's see here. Sorry, give me just a moment. I see. I understand what's happening now. Okay. Oh, that's odd. That is odd. Why would that do that? Okay. Sorry, having some trouble in the background. Give me 1 second. With Twitter, of course. Why does it hate me? Okay. Let me just switch accounts on that. There we go. That's much better. Okay, cool. Okay, so Brendan, did you post the updated forecast map to Twitter by any chance for Saskatchewan?
Yep.
You did?
I added it in like a thread to it, and then on Facebook I just edited the photos and swapped it out, and then I reshared it and said we updated the forecast.
Oh, that's perfect. That's great. Awesome. Yeah, you can actually see the rotation here northeast of Hannah from the radar that's further away. From the radar that's down here all the way near Medicine Hat from the Schuler radar. But if we jump back to the Calgary radar, or Strathmore, yes. Yeah, you can see that bookend vortex. It's still there after a few frames. Let's see. Yeah, it's still there. So a little bit of a bookend vortex on that Garden Plain storm. Hopefully nothing, but you can see our blue polygon here, and you can see minor rotation detected. And again, if you have our free app, then you get notified for that as well. Tammy says, Adam, the one nearby Hannah is heading east southeast, not east northeast. It's basically just heading east. The line itself was kind of stretching to the northeast. That's why I said that. But it's actually just moving basically east. Like it looks like it was trying, like the hail core itself looked like it was trying to go southeast. But if you look at the actual storm structure, it's kind of just going this way. So it looks like it's going due east. And actually the meso is going more to the northeast. So it's stretching to the north. And again, we have a bookend vortex right there. And bookend vortexes are not your friend. So we're going to keep watching that one closely. And we'll see how that goes. What's the tilt 2 doing here? Yeah, still seeing that rotation on tilt 2. A little bit on tilt 3. What I mean by tilt 2 and tilt 3 is the radar scan. Tilt 1 is the closest to the surface. Tilt 2 is a little bit higher up. Tilt 3 is a little bit higher up. Tilt 4, etc. There seems to be a beam of light on my skull. Coming in from the window here. It is floating around me. I need to block that out a little bit better.
You're the chosen one.
Ah! Yeah, anyways, I need to block that out a bit better. It's slightly annoying. Anywho. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, yeah, that storm in Saskatchewan is still probably one of the strongest right now. I would say this is tied with this one here in Alberta, northeast of Hannah. But this one right here is still looking pretty darn strong. And again, this looks like side lobe contamination from the radar itself. Scanning much higher up in the storm. But it's got that side lobe contamination look to it, which is annoying. But yeah, that's still probably the strongest storm we've got at the moment. That one and the one up here in Alberta. Let's go back over to Winnipeg area. We're tracking 3 different provinces at the same time. Thank you for your patience with it as we go through these different storms. Here's your Winnipeg one. It sure has a nice hook on it. It's definitely got a hook right here. But again, it's probably only producing hail. We're not seeing anything specifically strong at the hook. Nothing wind-wise here at the hook that's is saying that it's an issue. Stonewall storm, still producing some hail. I'm not sure how long these storms are going to last because the environment is not that strong here. However, Weatherflower says, I think Adam sang a song about this vortex. Yes, I have a song called Bookend Vortex. Maybe I'll play it later, but let's see here. I think I have to sneeze soon, just so you know. Probably that light. Excuse me. Okay, where was I? Yes, so we've got our blue polygons in place, just tracking those 2 storms in Manitoba. They're not looking too interesting at this point in time. Let me just back this up, take a look at some different radars. Okay.
Adam, I'm just going to jump in for a sec. I've had a couple people ask about an update for the Fort Mac area.
Okay.
Especially with concerns about lightning strikes. Just looking at lightning data on that storm in particular and not seeing anything other than just heavy rains. So hopefully that maintains itself. It just continues to be heavy rain.
Yeah.
And another comment asking, what is a bookend vortex?
Go for it.
No, you go for it. I'm just bringing it up for you. You're the one.
Oh, okay. Well, you just answered the last question. I thought you were going to answer this question too. Bookend vortex is when the north side of a storm rotates back the other way, like this. So you can see this is the storm we're watching right now. So if you can follow my mouse cursor, I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not, but if you can, that's great. You can see that it's rotating this way. Typically, in a supercell, you'd have the bottom rotation at the you'd have the rotation at the bottom. It'd be a kind of a bottom hook, right? Whereas in this case, the rotation is at the top. oops, sorry, I'm going out of my camera here. It's going this way. So rotation comes back around this way, and then it's in that couplet right there that you can have rotation. And that's what we're seeing right here. So right above my head in the winds, you can see the green versus red. We can see a little bit of rotation there. It's not super duper strong, but it's definitely there. And then right here we have it curving back around. So yeah, it's kind of like, excuse me, it's kind of like a supercell that's almost like turned upside down, in a way. Usually part of a bow echo. So the storm's kind of bowing at the top. It's doing this kind of like bow like this. But then at the very top of the bow curves back around, and then in that notch is where you could have a tornado touchdown. Miguel says tornado warning. Where? I'm gonna hit refresh.
I responded to him. There aren't any tornado warnings.
There are none. None in Canada.
No. Maybe in the
Any
south.
in the U.S.? Is there any in the U.S.? Probably.
There might be something, at least a watch that I think I saw it down.
No, I don't see any tornado warnings in the U.S. either.
A large tornado watch that covers pretty much Houston and southern Louisiana.
Yeah. No, but there's no tornado warnings at the moment.
Nope.
Miguel says, okay. To clarify, he didn't actually say tornado warning. He said tornado, which maybe is something else. Let's see here. Weatherflower says, well, storm chasers are live down in the USA right now. Oh, for sure. Oh, there's probably going to be tornado warnings today in the US. And who knows? Could see something here in Canada too. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we got a bookend vortex right here, so that's something. Further down the road, east of Alberta, just slightly east of Alberta, we've got that storm that what looked like a little bit of a hook on the bottom of this is kind of weakened now, so it looks like just a little hail producer. We weren't expecting these early storms really to be the most exciting, more so when this big cluster of storms comes from Alberta into Saskatchewan, southwestern Saskatchewan later tonight. That was supposed to be the show. But yeah, but again, we're going early. We're going live early on YouTube and on Twitch, and then when things get super interesting later, we will go live on Facebook if and when things get interesting. Looks like Environment Canada has extended the severe thunderstorm warning into Winnipeg. I just saw someone post on. I think she's a meteorologist. She just posted non-severe thunderstorm moving through Winnipeg right now. And then for like 2 seconds later, Environment Canada issued a severe thunderstorm warning for that storm. So it looks like the hail is actually getting quite a bit larger. As you can see, the really, really dark purple here on Instant Weather Pro, 67.5 dBz, 69.5. This is likely producing some pretty big hail going through the west side of Winnipeg right now. So,
now, Adam, Brennan was mentioning that perhaps maybe we should go live on Facebook. We've been trying it out in Ontario, and people in Ontario kind of get used to it, but it's not something we've brought up in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba yet, this new format.
That's true. I notified everybody who's got the app. So I think everybody in those 3 provinces who has our app, which is a pretty big majority of our community, I think that they know we're live.
If you did it just for like the first stream.
I guess so. And yeah, I mean, Winnipeg's about to be hit with pretty big hail. There's pretty big storm in Saskatchewan. Yeah, why don't you just do the storm watch pages?
Yeah, that's what I was planning, and I was just going to share it.
Okay. Yeah, go live in the 3 storm watch pages. Sounds good. Flame says tornado warning in southeast Alberta. Why?
Yeah, I just got a tornado warning.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, for Spondon and Scarpa.
Yeah, it's that bookend vortex.
Yep. Just came through.
There it is. You can see it right there. I just had to hit refresh. Tornado warning issued.
So
I guess now's a good time to go.
A good time to get
to go live in Alberta for sure. Tornado warning in Alberta on the bookend vortex that we've been tracking. We did a minor rotation notification on that one, and now it is under a tornado warning. It's interesting. The signature is looking pretty interesting down here south of Batter Junction. I'm hoping that's just noise on radar, but it looks pretty strong. Just as they issue the tornado warning, I don't know if a spotter saw. I don't know if we have any details on if we can read the warning details. But the velocity rotation on the bookend vortex actually weakened just as they issued the tornado warning. So that's good news. Hopefully it stays that way. It's not a for sure thing, but it's possible it will stay that way. But definitely a bookend vortex right there. Miguel says, weather tornado warning, where in Canada? This is in Alberta. So this is northeast of Hannah in Alberta right now. I'm not seeing any reports on Twitter.
I saw one chaser. It was on the storm southeast of Hannah. Don't know if this is the exact same area of rotation.
Oh, I see. I see somebody posting radar updates. That's about it.
Hold on, let me grab his name. Ben Chernesky.
Ben Chernesky?
Yeah, if you check the internal weather chat, I did share one of his tweets.
Okay. Was he oh, I see. Okay. Did he hashtag it?
No, it was I'm going to use the old terms, but retweeted by someone else I follow. But maybe he hashtagged.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he hashtag AB Storm. Yep.
Okay. I see. I understand. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I see it there. Yeah, interesting. All right, he's seen some green on that storm as well, too. Okay, so let's see here. Radar indicated, says Cody. Yeah. There's an update. Still a little bit of rotation on that one. That bookend vortex that caused Environment Canada to issue a tornado warning.
Just bringing in the Facebook pages.
Okay, sounds good. Welcome to all those on Facebook.
There we go.
Who are joining us now.
It's working.
We are tracking. Thank you. We are tracking a tornado warning in Alberta right at the moment. There's a bookend vortex that we are paying attention to. Terry Poole with a super chat on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate what you all do. Thanks, says Terry. Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate that. Natasha says, I think there's going to be a tomato for dinner. Let's see here. Patty coming in with a super sticker as well, too. Thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. Miguel says, this tornado warning in Anna, it's on the ground. I don't know if it's on the ground. We haven't had any reports that this is for sure on the ground. Just because it's a tornado warning doesn't mean it's on the ground. Likely radar indicated, based on the fact that there was a bookend vortex. It's the same reason that we put out a notification for minor rotation on that storm. Because there was a bookend vortex and it's showing some signs of rotation. Ashley says, Winnipeg is getting hail. I'm sure you are. I am sure you are. Let's see here. Let's see. Give me a second. Okay,
tornado warning has been expanded, I believe.
Okay. Let me hit refresh on Instant Weather Pro, and we'll see.
Was it?
They extended?
Oh, I see what's happened. I was looking at 511 Alberta on hashtag AB Storm, and they use the same color for severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings.
Oh, I see that too. Yeah, that's not great. Oh, there's just a report. Funnel cloud northeast of Rose Lynn. Couldn't get a photo before it dissipated. And that's that same chaser, Ben Chernesky. So there's no photo or anything. It's just a text report. But he said funnel cloud northeast of Rose Lynn. That briefly was there and now gone. So that's interesting. Splash says, we just got a tornado warning for Hannah. Is that true? Yeah, Hannah's not in a tornado warning. You would have received it with the Alert Ready system just because you're near a cell phone tower that's inside of the tornado warned area. So if there's a cell phone tower, let's say over at Dowling here, it will broadcast as far and as wide as it possibly can the tornado warning. So Hannah is actually not inside the tornado warning. You're only in a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, So you're not in a tornado warning, just a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, you should take severe thunderstorm warnings seriously. But the storm itself is now east of Hannah. So Hannah, besides some lightning risk, you're pretty much good to go. The storm itself in question that's strong is over here. I wouldn't be surprised if they stretched a little bit south, because the area of rotation that is stronger now is east of, or north of Richdale, east of Alness. And we are seeing some rotation right there, which did just pop up. And Sheerness, interesting. That's where Ben saw the funnel cloud was, or north of Rose Lynn. So he must be pretty much right here. And so he's looking at that storm right there, and he said that storm had a little funnel cloud. And again, it had some pretty strong rotation signature a frame ago. And then there's that. So, yeah, so a few areas. I think I might do minor rotation on that part of the storm as well, too. Give me just a minute, and I'll do that here in the background. Looks like we're seeing reports of pea and nickel-sized hail going into western Winnipeg at the moment. So there's that. Hopefully everybody's taking shelter with that one, because there's some pretty strong values coming back on that one. But yeah, tornado warning right now in areas north of Hannah, Alberta. And the fact that there's a little bit of rotation to the southeast of that one, I wonder if they're going to extend that to the south. So I am going to do a new polygon here and do minor rotation detected to the south. Let's see, in which way is this storm heading? It's actually kind of heading to the southeast now. So yeah, let's go southeast now with that. So minor rotation detected. Where is the... Okay. Minor rotation detected. I'm going to go all the way to Oyen. This could be heading towards Oyen area. And there. Okay. I'm going to do a new polygon further to the south. Give me just one sec. If you do have our free app, you can download it. Our free app you can get at instantweatherapp.com. Let me see here. Minor rotation. And I will send out a notification. Only 67 people in our app, or 87 people in the path of this particular storm. Because it's a much more rural area, of course. But we detected minor rotation on this storm. Let's see here. What is it? North of Richdale on the storm near Richdale. And as well... Oh, Richdale's even stronger now. Whoa, 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 whoa. I am going to change that. No more minor. I'm going to say... rotation detected on this storm north of Richdale, and some minor rotation to the south detected further south towards wow, that's much stronger, to Berry Creek, towards south near Berry Creek, tracking to the east-southeast.
So Ben Chernesky seems to think that a tornado is imminent north on that rotation north of
on that
Roseland.
Berry Creek. Yeah, it looks really strong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna maybe change that for minor. And
I also wanted to mention about Winnipeg as well. There's going to be like a lot of hail going into the west end.
for sure.
So near
For sure.
Assiniboia, Charleswood, Tuxedo. That's
Okay, I'm
quite the
sending out
hail
that
course.
notification
So
right now. And sent. Okay, rotation detected. You'll see that polygon pop up on our on Instant Weather Pro here. And you can download Instant Weather Pro or subscribe to it if you'd like at instantweatherpro.com as well. So we have our free app, Instant Weather, and then we have Instant Weather Pro, which is what we use to track storms in real time here. Yeah, you can see all that rotation. Actually, Brennan, turn off noise canceling because it's deleting a chunk of that storm. Let's see here. Yeah, so instantweatherpro.com if you'd like to track storms like we do here in real time. But yeah, this rotation right here is looking pretty darn strong north of Richdale. And there's another area of strong velocity signatures of very high values. 142 kilometers an hour, it might be noise. 91, 86. This area right here is actually quite strong as well, too. And there's a storm spotter who is just south of that storm. And he's saying that he thinks that a tornado may be imminent for that area. Yeah, so two strong areas of winds here, and the one to the north definitely. This looks like definitely the stronger area of rotation north of Richdale. You can see the orange polygon that I just drew right here, and that is rotation detected on those two areas of the storm. So I wouldn't be surprised if Environment Canada extended the tornado warning on that one to the south and to the east. Let's go take a look at a few different areas. We're trying to track storms in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Manitoba all at the same time, so we appreciate your patience with us as we try to go through those different areas and check out those different storms. This one is looking really noisy on velocity. It's really hard to read on velocity here, which is your wind. When we say velocity, we mean wind. But you can see, yeah, you can definitely see some development in these storms. They've weakened a bit. There is a few other storms here, this little one and this little one, that are starting to get their act together. So there's definitely a few storms we're going to have to track very closely. Let's go back over to see what's happening in Winnipeg. And you can see big time hail going through Assiniboia area of western Winnipeg here. The St. Charles area, yeah, big time hail is likely going through those areas right now. All we're seeing is
tornado warning has been canceled.
Oh, surprising.
Yeah, but
I mean, not surprising for the area that was warned, because that area weakened really quick, right?
yeah, but I'd still be watching that southern rotation too.
For sure. I see some lightning way up here. Where are you going, lightning? Up here near Swan River, Manitoba. Interesting. Storms all over the place right now. We're going to have to watch closely. There is a severe thunderstorm watch that spans most of Alberta. I've got it turned off here, but I can turn it back on just so you can see. If I turn on watches, you'll see that pop back up. You can see that severe thunderstorm watch. We're actually going to update this so that it'll just be an outline, so you won't see every single little region. It'll be a lot less messy, a lot less gridded here. But yeah, it'll just be an outline of the severe thunderstorm watch. That's why I've got it turned off right now. But yeah, so there's your severe thunderstorm watch. The section that's in Saskatchewan actually mentions the risk of a tornado. So let me just turn off watches here, and it will get rid of that. But yeah, so as you can see, we've got our polygon here for rotation detected. And let me just jump back into that storm. Let me hit refresh on it. This is actually, Instant Weather Pro is actually a website. So you can actually just hit refresh, and that refreshes it automatically, which is pretty cool. And where are our watches? Oh, I turned off warnings. That's not helpful. I should probably turn off watches. That might be a better idea. Okay, there we go. And they go away. Cool. So yeah, I think I'm pretty close to getting rid of this. I should get rid of this polygon, which was the one that was over Drumheller. I'm going to get rid of that in the background here. Give me just a second. Let me refresh this here. Brennan, I only see one live stream. Did you do a giant polygon that spanned the provinces, all three provinces?
Yeah.
It's
And I
impressive.
just deleted the old one so people don't get confused.
Oh, perfect. I was about to say, I'm like, I only see one. I'm like, did you do one for each province? Oh, you just did one giant one. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me get rid of the... towards Drumheller. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that one. So this big blue one will be gone, but we still have this rotation detected, and we still have the minor rotation one up here as well, too. Still severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada. We should be getting an update pretty soon, I would think. Relatively soon. But yeah, the tornado warning has been dropped, but I would not be surprised if they extended it for this, which still looks to be some strong rotation, and actually another bookend vortex. Might be the extension of it. No, the other bookend vortex was to the north. So this is potentially another bookend. Northeast of Richdale. So we've got multiple frames of rotation on that one. 1, 2, 3. Staying strong. There's a kind of a classic Canadian blackout, dropout right in the middle of it. So I'm wondering if those values are pretty darn strong. Tilt 2 is showing it for sure. Tilt 3 is showing it. Tilt 4 is showing it. So rotation on the bottom 4 tilts of radar, and we've got a classic Canadian TVS, which is a dropout of data there. So yeah, so that area definitely seen some rotation east of Hannah.
Adam, check out the velocity on the Winnipeg storm. Like,
sure, it's not noise.
It's really like noisy, but it just like popped out of nowhere, and it's more than just like but it's
Yeah,
been
I
there
think
for a
it's
few frames. Like, it's tracking ahead of the storm, so I think it might be like, so if
yeah,
you see
it's
there,
side
like, it
lobe.
kind of just exploded.
I think it's side lobe contamination. A much bigger hail being reported now on Twitter. Looks like nickel size in western Winnipeg, and that might even get a bit stronger there. So, yeah, tornado warning downgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning, but of course we still want to take severe thunderstorm warning seriously. This is in Alberta I'm talking about, even though I am showing the big time hail that's going through western Winnipeg at the moment. So that's interesting. And tomorrow for Manitoba, tomorrow looks much stronger than today. So we're gonna have to see how that does develop. But yeah, that's interesting stuff. Okay. All right. So, interesting. Yeah, just jumping back to Saskatchewan here to take a look at this storm, which is in the Tompkins area, Tompkins, Saskatchewan. Looks like it might be kind of redeveloping. Got a little bit of hail in there now, so it's strengthening a bit. That's under severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warnings here northeast of Calgary, east of Hanna, and some rotation developing east of Alness. So we've sent out a rotation detected notification on that one, which you would get if you had our free app. And yeah, if you want to download our free app, you can do so at instantweatherapp.com. Okay, there's something I need to do in the background here. Give me just a moment, and I'm going to tweak something. Give me just a second. I actually put a screensaver on. I use a laptop as well. So I use my main computer here, but I use a laptop to power another monitor over here. And I put a screensaver on it so that it keeps coming on. So I have to turn it off, which reminds me to look at those screens to check all that data. The tricks of paying attention here. To so many screens. Radar, the live stream, radar, emails, machine learning algorithms, lots of different things. Okay. Yeah, let me just do something here quickly in the background. Just a moment. Okay, I will take that. Oh, okay, 1 second here. Just got to do something in the background. There we go. And last but not least, this one. Okay, so there we go. All right, hopefully everybody's staying safe with these storms. Thankfully, that tornado warning was dropped pretty quickly, and that makes sense to us because it looks like it weakened quite quickly. And yeah, and it's just the start. We're just getting started, folks. We are typically going live on, for all of our folks on Facebook, we are going live on YouTube beforehand. So we're kind of starting on YouTube earlier, and then when things start to get interesting, like a tornado warning or damaging wind gusts or something significant, then we go live on Facebook. But yeah, if you want to watch our live stream even earlier, definitely head over to YouTube and search for Instant Weather. 2 separate words, Instant Weather. Or you can go to instantweather.ca/live. And that will have our YouTube embedded right in there. So let's see here. Okay, and one more column. Okay, perfect. I've fixed my Twitter issues. There we go. Brennan, you ever have this happen that all of a sudden, miraculously, TweetDeck will just like delete some of your columns when you switch between accounts?
I haven't used TweetDeck in a while. I just started using it today.
Oh, you got to use it. I'll send you my my search algorithms, but they delete those, so I have to go copy them from another account and then put them back in. It's a pain in the butt. So yeah, that's pretty annoying.
What part of Twitter isn't falling apart?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Okay, I want that to be here, and the bottom one to be. Where did that other one go? No. That is odd. Oh, I get it. I get it. Perfect. Okay. Or did I want it the other way around? Hmm. Tricky. Oh, I understand what happened. Okay, perfect. Okay, anyways, sorry about me just muttering to myself for a while while I figure this stuff out. And that should be full screen. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, I'm back. Okay, what's happening? We have radar updates. The rotation continues. Now we've got a new bookend vortex right here. This is a bookend vortex, looked as strong, if not stronger, than the one that was just tornado warned. And this is north of Stanmore, Alberta right now. You can see the bookend. You can see kind of like the head of the bookend right here. They call this a bookend vortex. You can see on the left side of the screen, the hailstorm is going through Winnipeg as well. We are trying to track storms across the prairies today. We've got storms.
There's a new tornado warning.
There you go. Yeah, it showed up on the screen just as you said that. Tornado warning right there. So they have issued a tornado warning on that storm because of this bookend vortex. It's just not in the area to the north, so they didn't issue a new tornado warning for the Spondon area. But for the Stanmore, east of Alness, this is definitely a bookend vortex right here. Actually, two areas of rotation. This one down here, southwest of Scotfield, is also rotating. So there's two areas of rotation on that storm. And so we have a new tornado warning now. Now, if you're in Hannah, you're thinking, oh no, I'm in the tornado warning. I need to take shelter. The storm is east of Hannah, so you are good to go. Hannah is fine. If you're in Hannah, you're good to go. Maybe a little bit of lightning risk, and obviously there's some rain happening right now. But you are not in the area of concern. The area of concern is to your east. But if you are in, let's see exactly which way the storm is moving. If you're in the Stanmore, Richdale, Scotfield area, actually, this part is trying to track to the east. So Scotfield, Youngstown, and if you are northeast of Richdale here, or in northeastern Richdale, that storm is based. This is likely what they issued the tornado warning on, which is a bookend vortex. You can see the curve of this curving back this way, and right in that notch, we can see strong rotation there. So new tornado warning. Oh, Tilt 2 looks even stronger. Whoa. Tilt 2 looks stronger on both of them. Yeah, moving due east here. So tornado warning east of Alness, northeast of Richdale, and the Stanmore area. If you're in Scotfield right now, I'd be taking shelter. That's the bottom side of the storm is also rotating right here. This could potentially produce a tornado, and this could potentially produce a tornado. So tornado warning for that whole area. And then east of that, you're thinking about like Youngstown, Wastina, and getting pretty close to the Saskatchewan border here. So this is northeast of Calgary, northeast of east of Hannah. I'm gonna drink some water because I'm, starting to.
It'll be interesting to see on the backside of these storms what the storms to the west of Calgary are going to end up doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're expecting too much from those storms back there. Yeah, these right here. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to do anything, but maybe. No lightning so far from what I can tell. Maybe there is. Hasn't updated yet, but these storms right here, this storm right here in Saskatchewan is still looking pretty interesting. Northwest of Carmichael. It's in deep southwestern Saskatchewan, and we are watching that one too. There is a storm north of Medicine Hat as well too. It's kind of by itself. We'll have to keep an eye on. And yeah, and we have a tornado warning right here, which is, again, Hannah is good to go. If you are in Hannah and you are concerned, I would not be. The storms are east of you. You are good to go. The only risk you have is lightning. And obviously some rain happening right now, but the areas of rotation are definitely over here. Scotfield needs to be taking shelter immediately with that one. Youngstown needs to be taking shelter immediately, and anybody who is northeast of Richdale and east of that. So if you're in Hemaruka. Oh, it's Hemaruka. If you're in Hemaruka, Wastina, Ensley, Idame, Naco, Sildalia. If you're in any of those areas, New Bridgeton as well, back here, Esther. Yeah, any of those areas, this storm continues to move to the east. It's a bookend vortex, multiple areas of rotation. Actually, there's 3 areas of rotation, but the Spondon one is very, very broad. But this one is a lot tighter. That's what likely prompted the tornado warning from Environment Canada. And Yeah, we checked Alberta storm reports for anything. I guess probably Patricia would bring it to our attention here, I'm assuming. Let's see. I'm just looking through. I don't see anything for reports. So if you are on Facebook, please get on our reporting groups. They're awesome. You can search for Alberta storm reports, Saskatchewan storm reports, or Manitoba storm reports. We also have Ontario, and we've got Atlantic Canada. But yeah, if you are on any of those, if you are on the platform that is Facebook, and you're in any of those provinces, please search for your province's name, storm reports, and jump on that group. And if you have anything to share, please do. Looks like the might be tightening up here. This might actually be quite a couplet right here. 70 on one side and 57 on the other. That might be a tight little rotation couplet right there that is inside the tornado warning. Yeah, tilt 2 looks pretty nasty as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this this did produce at least a funnel cloud, if not a tornado, because it is looking pretty strong. Continues to head to the northeast, east-northeast. Actually, it's going due east, so Wastina would be next. Again, if you're in Scotfield or Youngstown, this area at the bottom, I'm not a fan of. It did weaken a little bit, which is good news. Actually, tilt 2 looks even stronger down there, so yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Okay, so yeah, if you were in Scotfield or Youngstown, definitely be taking shelter with that storm, but 100% for sure, if you're northeast of Stanmore or northeast of Richdale, Alberta, if you're near Hamaruka or Wastina, this is coming through, and actually the Spondon one is starting to kind of pick it up again, as well as a little bit of rotation there, so yeah. Yes. So multiple areas of rotation there. You definitely want to be taking shelter in the path of those. Looks like, yeah, it looks like we're seeing quarter-size hail in Manitoba, in basically western Winnipeg at the moment. So hopefully everybody's staying safe with that. You don't want to be hit by that. That wouldn't be fun. Would not be fun. Okay, so I'm just looking at Patricia is looking through all 3 groups. Thank you very much, Patricia. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's take a look in the comments here and see what folks are saying. Amazing Person 3409, our favorite, says still some rotation south of Macefield, Saskatchewan for the first few frames of the KGGW radar. Looks a little broader on the last frame, but it's something to watch. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Wheels CA says, I think there's a debris signature. Interesting. You're talking about this bookend vortex? I'll go take a look. Let me jump over to correlation coefficient. Not really seeing it. If you go right to the couplet, a drop would be right here. I'm not seeing a drop. That. If you zoom in right to that spot. No, everything else here is probably noise. I'm not seeing a strong drop on that one. No. Not from what I can tell. Tilt 2, someone said? This doesn't correlate to the storm. Unless there's some debris just magically floating back here, but yeah, this definitely doesn't correlate. Miss Harley Quinn is asking about Fort Mac. Alana, if you want to jump in on that.
Go back 1 frame, Adam. On like the lower tilt.
On the lower tilt? But they're so far away. Okay. And this right here? That could be something, because that did look pretty strong rotation-wise. Yeah. 0.9. I mean, it's very... It could be... Maybe that could be a little bit of debris, like a little bit of tree debris, because that could have produced a brief tornado. Is that what you're referring to?
The debris wouldn't... Yeah, because the debris wouldn't show up super strong, because that area is fairly rural.
Yeah. Yeah, and if it was just a little brief tornado, then yeah, that could have been a brief little CC drop, correlation coefficient drop, for the techies out there. Yeah, I mean, and then it's gone. Yeah, maybe that could have been a little touchdown. Brennan, can you screenshot that and send it over to the doctor?
Yep.
Pretty please. I think that that might be worth an investigation on his part. Let me go to Tilt 2 on that same time frame. Yeah, there is something on Tilt 2 as well, too. There's this ridiculous drop on Tilt 2 here, but I think that's probably... That can't be real, can it? It just magically... It wouldn't have just, like, came out of nowhere in one frame and then went away. But I would say that this right here might be part of it. So it could have actually been a little drop.
If you check from, what is it called? The Saskatchewan radar, Schuler, it also shows up.
Yeah, that may have been a little brief touchdown right there. That's possible. Yeah, that's those two areas of rotation. Yeah.
It's a lot smaller, but it shows up.
Oh, you're saying if I take a look at Schuler?
Yeah. Are you on the lower tilt?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, it's there. Interesting.
Right there, yeah.
That might have been a little touchdown. Huh. Well, hopefully everybody's safe with that one, because that's not great. Yeah, that might have been a brief touchdown. I'm surprised we didn't see any photos. I know there was that one chaser who was right south of it, but maybe his vision was obscured. His view might have been a bit obscured there. But yeah, and I'm not seeing a CC drop right now, so that's a good thing. But this is still a pretty strong signature here, so there's still a chance. Yeah, still a chance with that one for it to occur. Christy said, touchdown where? We're thinking that there might have been a brief... Sorry, touchdown where? We're thinking there might have been a brief touchdown kind of south of Richdale, east of Sheerness, Alberta, which is inside of the tornado warning, so it's possible. What the heck? That's odd. I just saw... Brennan, are you watching Twitter right now? Are you watching hashtag
No.
MBStorm?
Let me look.
Seems like a pretty late notification there. I won't get into it. But look down
I
at
see
hashtag
what we've
MBStorm.
done. You're on the
What have
same account. So we have two different decks going. That's why it, like, deleted all your stuff.
Oh, you're the one who deleted all my stuff. I thought Twitter did. No, it's just Brennan. Can you leave my... You see, I got all the nice algorithms plugged in. Just leave it like that, please. Yes, thank you. You deleted my decks. I wondered what was happening.
I didn't... it's still
it's
there. It's just under the stars. There's, like, two different decks.
I see. Okay, I didn't realize that. So I went and deleted and came back. Okay. I just want to take a peek at that. I just want to take a peek at that Winnipeg storm. 44% chance of severe weather on the Winnipeg storm. Mainly a hail risk. 31% chance of severe hail.
You don't say.
You don't say. No, I was just surprised that I just saw another weather organization post a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for the city of Winnipeg, and I was like, wasn't that a while ago?
Yeah, and I noticed that there was a very delayed tornado warning issued.
A side note, we can't complain because our Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba Twitter are broken right now. So yeah, we're not posting anything to those. So yeah,
thank you.
I don't think we can say much. This is true.
Yeah.
We can't say anything. Yeah, I see what you posted in our team chat there. Yeah. Okay, I'm just taking a look at some data in the background. Give me just a moment. Christy O'Toole said, storming my brother is in the west side and was getting nickel-sized hail. Thank you very much, Christy. Appreciate it. Hail in South Winnipeg, says Laurel. Yeah. It's been going for a while. Did everybody in Winnipeg get our notification? When we sent that notification quite a while ago, saying that there was a storm kind of heading to the southeast towards Winnipeg. Let us know if you received it. If you didn't get our notification way early on, this is well before the severe thunderstorm warning. This is a while back. If you didn't get our notification, you probably don't have our free app. And so if you don't have it, Christy O'Toole says, I got it. Sweet. Yeah, but if you don't have our free app, download it. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Put in your location, enable notifications. And then when we see something interesting, we'll send notifications out, and that is usually quite helpful for many folks. But yeah, tornado warning still continuing on that storm.
Oh, off topic, but I just saw in Bancroft, Ontario, a beaver dam is broken and it's causing major flooding.
Oh no, really? Do you want to send a polygon on that one? Yes, please. Wow, where did you see that?
CP24 posts about it. I'll show the article in the group chat.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Can't post on Facebook because you know why.
I know why. Painful. Okay. Yeah, so still tornado warning in place. There still is some rotation. It looks like it may have become a bit more broad. This is still a bookend vortex in Alberta right now, northeast of Stanmore. We think maybe because there's a little bit of a CC drop, we may have had potentially a little bit of a touchdown, of a tornado touchdown south of Stanmore here, but we'll have to let the Northern Tornadoes Project and, of course, Environment Canada to take a peek at that and see what's going on. Yeah, so lots of big-time hail falling down in Winnipeg at the moment. It is looking pretty interesting. Hope everybody there is staying safe. Up to 3-centimeter hail in Linden Woods was just tweeted. A 3-centimeter hail falling in Winnipeg right now. That, who had that on their bingo card? I didn't. That kind of came out of nowhere. Those, like, lake breezes really churn things up over there.
Seeing measurements out of South Winnipeg, almost mothball-sized hail.
What size is mothballs?
Bigger than pea, smaller than penny.
I see. Yeah, Pat McCarthy on Twitter just tweeted tons of hail up to 3-centimeter in Linden Woods. Yeah, with a ruler and a hail right beside it, and that's basically 3-centimeter hail. Oof, that is not small.
Sounds like we've been recommended on YouTube for by someone named Evan, sending a lot of new people.
Oh, my boy Evan, that's cool. Awesome. Is he from Max? Is it Max Velocity? Oh no, Evan's is Evan a different channel? Let me just double check here. But that's so cool. Yeah. He recommended us. Nice.
Update to the tornado warning to include more areas. It now includes near Youngstown. So it's extending eastward.
Where did you hear that Evan recommended? Was it Evan Freiberger, I think?
Yes, I'm seeing it in the YouTube comments.
I'm sorry, Max is a different streamer. Sorry, I'm following all the different streamers there in the States. Are amazing. Oh, Evan's awesome. Yeah, Evan Freiberg, awesome. He recommended us. Sweet. Yeah, Evan's a good guy. Cool. Thanks so much, Evan. I appreciate it if you're watching. Yeah, that's awesome. Evan runs a great stream there. He is pretty hardcore, actually. He was going like nonstop, like borderline burnout level. Streaming nonstop. I think he said he's streamed more tornado warnings this year than any of the other streamers. So he's sure pushing himself. I hope he stays healthy. He's gonna need some more team members to be able to handle that kind of stuff. I've been there in the burnout stage. It gets pretty rough. So hopefully he's staying safe with his mental health there, because you stream for too long and it can get to you after a little bit of time. Looks like they've extended the tornado warning to the east. Environment Canada has extended the tornado warning to cover Youngstown, Wastina, and any other locations? I don't think so. But yeah, they have extended the tornado warning to the Youngstown area. So hopefully everybody's staying safe with that one. This has been a pretty interesting day so far. Tornado warnings in areas east of Alberta. It looks like there's severe thunderstorm warning now on this storm. They think it's probably going to get cooking. And so they've extended, put a severe thunderstorm warning down here near Capon. And there's another little storm all by itself, but it's not doing much in Saskatchewan. And then there's this storm, which is still under severe thunderstorm warning near Carmichael. And it's starting to get going. It's got some interesting velocity there. I wonder if maybe it's starting to rotate a little bit. This is definitely the area of concern for tornado development. There is that storm, obviously, down here right near Grasslands National Park as well, too. That's the one that Amazing Person 3409 was mentioning, that it's looking pretty decent on radar here, on U.S. radar. And yeah, nothing too strong on velocity, but a severe thunderstorm warning on that one as well. And let's head over to Winnipeg and take a peek at that storm. There is a storm to the west as well. This one's starting to get going near Delta. And let's see what it was doing. Yeah, it was kind of the storm from the west, but it's starting to pick up a little bit heading with some hail maybe into the Delta area, Oakland area. So that's worth watching. Winnipeg is getting lots of hail in the south. Severe thunderstorm warning continues. I don't know how long that's going to last, but it may continue for a little bit. But it's definitely producing severe hail. So there's that. The storm to the north that we put a polygon out on has now basically gone to nothing. The Stonewall one has totally weakened towards West St. Paul, and it's basically done. Excuse me. I'm going to get rid of that polygon, the Selkirk one, because, yeah, that storm is pretty much donezo. Well, that was nice of Evan, though. Evan's cool. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see here. Let me just get rid of that polygon while I have the chance. The Selkirk one. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that Selkirk one because that Selkirk's good to go, and that storm has weakened a lot. There's another tiny little developing storm here down near Brunkild, Osborne area. I don't know if that's going to have enough juice to get anything done, but the one that's north of Portage la Prairie, it looks interesting, heading to the southeast. So we'll have to keep coming back to that one. Today, we are busy, folks. We are tracking storms in Manitoba, in Saskatchewan, and right now there's tornado warnings in Alberta, and we are watching those closely as well. Severe thunderstorm warnings in both Manitoba and Saskatchewan. And this little storm here is probably the strongest at the moment near Carmichael. Carmichael, folks, probably want to take shelter with that storm because the winds look pretty strong. But yeah, we do have tornado warning in place. Still have some. That bookend vortex is still cooking pretty good. I'm gonna head over to correlation coefficient here for a second. No CC drops, no indication of debris right now. But yeah, that is a dangerous looking mesocyclone at the moment, and we are watching that one closely to see what it's doing. Bookend vortex sitting right there, so you don't see those every day. And they're definitely not your friend. So we're watching that closely. Environment Canada is on the ball. They are extending the tornado warning to the east. It looks like that storm is... The rotation is actually kind of heading to the northeast. So I'm wondering if they're going to extend the tornado warning up to Hamaruka and Little Gem here. Ensley, Idame, Wisty. I wonder if they're going to extend it there, because as you can see, if you watch this area of rotation here, this being the wind, so you can see the wind moving towards and away from the radar, you can actually see that rotation here in green and pink. If we go back a few frames, you can see it's trying to go to the northeast, so they might extend that to this particular area. There is a severe thunderstorm warning now on that on that storm. We still have our rotation detected polygon covering this whole area. For those who have our app and for those who are on our social media pages, other than Twitter right now, because Twitter is giving us some problems. We're going to work hard on fixing that. For some reason, our Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan pages are not automatically posting Environment Canada warnings. So we're tackling that and making sure that it is working so the rest of the season goes well. Let's see here. Yeah, we continue to track the tornado warned storm that is moving east of Hannah. Multiple bookend vortexes we've seen. You can see the one up here. It used to be stronger. It has weakened, and they took the tornado warning down. But there's a little bit of very broad, very soft rotation there. And that is a bookend vortex. This is a bookend vortex. And looks like maybe that's a bookend vortex. Or 3 bookend vortexes in a row on the same storm? That's odd. Don't see that very often. So, but stranger things have happened. Let's see here. And then there's still that storm down in Saskatchewan near Carmichael. Some pretty strong values there on velocity. Hard to say exactly what it's doing. This is probably noise right here, because we go from like 30, 40 kilometers an hour. We jump right up to 130 kilometers an hour. When you see stuff like that, it's usually radar noise. So chances are this is not extreme rotation right here, but I mean, it could be. Oh, we just got an update, and clearly it wasn't, because as soon as you get the radar update, you can see that all of that noise just vanished. But that storm is still looking pretty organized. So it still could be interesting. We should be getting a new radar frame here pretty soon, if we haven't already. Looks like we did, and it looks like that bookend vortex is stretching outside, very close to stretching outside of the tornado warning. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they extended it. I'm not sure. It's maybe looking a bit weaker now. I don't know if they're going to extend that tornado warning on that bookend, but they might. They may. And then still some kind of broad rotation here and a hail risk near Youngstown and Scottsfield. Not seeing super duper strong rotation there. I think probably, well, there's still some strong values there, so it could be some damaging winds in there. But yeah, tornado warning for that whole area as well. I have a feeling it's not going to be long until they drop the Hannah tornado warning. Again, if you're in Hannah, you're good to go. If you're in Sheerness or Taplow or Alness or Stanmore or Roselyn, if you're in Richdale, you're good to go. Areas kind of near Scottsfield to the east, Youngstown, definitely some strong storms in there with some hail and a little bit of rotation. And then we have the bookend vortex up here west of Wastina. That is likely the reason that Environment Canada issued the tornado warning. I would assume so, based on what we're seeing on radar. So, but yeah, multiple areas of rotation. Oh, Kyle Britton saying it's a line echo wave pattern, an LEWP. Interesting. So yeah, that's why we've got 3 areas of rotation, 3 bookend vortexes. I guess they're not really bookends because they're not at the end of the storm. Usually a bookend vortex is right at the very top of the storm, but we've got 3 of them in a row. So actually it's a LEWP. It is a line echo wave pattern, an LEWP. Cool. Suzanne Poth actually posted Mothball Hail, Beast of a Hailstorm, Fort Richmond, posting some pretty darn big hail there that she collected in southwestern Winnipeg. Our friend Suzanne. And yeah, that's hopefully everybody's vehicles and trees and foliage and plants and everything are okay, because that is quite the hail going through parts of Manitoba at the moment. Let's see here. Brenda says, a little confusing to be showing Winnipeg radar while talking about Alberta and Saskatchewan. Well, I'm talking about Alberta and Saskatchewan over here. Brennan's showing the Winnipeg radar on the left. So, yeah, I can see what you mean. That's a little confusing.
Well,
but
we have to cover both provinces.
Yeah.
And we need Winnipeg to know that there's big hail going through them.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they do by now. But yeah, still. Caitlin says, is this a multi-province one? It sure is. It sure is. Joanne says, severe hailstorm went through West Winnipeg about 30 minutes ago. Joanne, did you get our notification? We sent one about an hour ago, about half an hour before the storm hit Winnipeg. We sent a notification of severe weather potential. If you did not get that notification, you probably don't have our free app, which you can get at instantweatherapp.com. So download our free app, and when we see things that are interesting, we will send you a notification. And we like to do those pretty proactively as well, too. Tammy says, there's a chaser on the Youngstown storm, and they say it's rain-wrapped. That makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, this would be rain-wrapped. Because if they're kind of down here, they can't really see into the storm because it's all completely obscured. But that's interesting. A line echo wave pattern. Cool. Thanks to Kyle Britton for clarifying that on Twitter. Yeah, so as I was calling it a bookend vortex, I still consider it, it's still got that bookend vortex feel to it, but it is not the northern storm. So it's not really a bookend. It's more of a line echo wave pattern. Interesting. Tammy says, sure glad you're showing both provinces on the screen. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The warning is getting extended south of Winnipeg, says Cody. I'll go take a peek at that.
The tornado warning just ended for Hannah, but it's still in effect for Youngstown area.
Thank you. Yeah, this storm is still looking pretty grumpy, this Carmichael storm. And this is definitely the area of strongest activity we're thinking of seeing today. So, yeah, that storm east of Medicine Hat, still looking pretty darn strong. I don't know if it's going to hit Swift Current. It looks like maybe it's going to miss to the south. I think so. Probably going to miss to the south. Let's see here. And then we have these storms going through Winnipeg at the moment. They have extended the severe thunderstorm warning to the south. This is an interesting signature, but it's at a weird part of the storm. So I'm not sure that that's rotation. But yeah, obviously, if you're in Fort Richmond right now, Richmond West, Waverly West, if you're in those areas of Manitoba, of Winnipeg, got some hail coming through. Looks like the northeast side of Winnipeg, got lucky and didn't get the hail. And then we have the storm north of Portage la Prairie going through Delta. Looks like it might be kicking it up a notch. Yeah, it's definitely strengthening. I think I might do a little polygon on that one because we'll see exactly which way it's going. Yeah, I might do a severe thunderstorm potential on that storm because it's definitely producing some hail there. And it might end up getting bigger based on what the Winnipeg storm did. Let me go look at some data on it here in the background. Give me 1 second. Babadoo. Yeah, it's got some potential. 8%. Yeah, it's got potential. Let's see here. Trina said tornado warning for Hannah. Warning ended for Hannah. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Lori says, any storm's going to reach southeast Saskatchewan. We actually updated our forecast and extended the risk a little bit further to the southeast. So maybe it's possible. It is possible. But the main risk is going to be in southwestern and south central Saskatchewan tonight as these storms continue to track. Let's see here. That's so funny. I'm like, Twitter's messing up my tweet deck. And it's like, no, this is Brennan. Should have known. I should have known. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do a new polygon for that storm that is north of Portage la Prairie in Manitoba at the moment, just because it's kind of floating up there by itself, looking pretty strong and getting stronger. I think it may have some severe thunderstorm potential. So I'm going to do a polygon down to about Oakville here. Let's see, maybe over to Stonewall area.
To clarify, Oakville, Manitoba, not...
Yes, Oakville, Manitoba, not Oakville, Ontario. I should probably just say the province name at the end of every town and city thing I ever mentioned, basically, is probably a good idea. Okay, severe thunderstorm potential for down areas kind of northeast of Portage la Prairie. And let's see here. So, okay, we're carefully monitoring the storm that is located north of Portage la Prairie. And that is tracking to the east-southeast, potentially towards the Oakville, Manitoba, Oakville area. And the time there is going to be 5:10, I believe. I think they're usually just an hour back. Let's see here. Winnipeg 10. Yes, 5:10. Okay. So, 5:10. Here we go. And it looks good to me. I'm going to send that out right now. Good. All right. Still a tornado warning in place for areas east of Hannah. Hannah is actually out of the tornado warning right now. I'm looking at another radar app, Brennan, and I still see the tornado warning on there for Hannah. But if you have Instant Weather Pro, we have not only instant radar access, but we have instant warning updates. And as you can see, Hannah has no tornado warning anymore. The only tornado warning is now to the east. Again, this book, what looks like a bookend or a line, what was it again? A line echo wave pattern. I remember that. Line echo wave pattern. This line echo wave pattern, this rotation on the line echo wave pattern seems to be moving outside of the tornado warning. It's moving to the northeast. And I wouldn't be surprised if they extended the tornado warning to Hamaruka area. But maybe they won't because it's kind of weakening a bit. But yeah, we do have some what's probably pretty strong hail down here. There is some rotation south of Youngstown at the moment. This may have a bit of a tornado risk down here as well too. Yeah, multiple areas of rotation on this storm. And this line echo wave pattern that we don't see quite often, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see unique storm systems. Down here near Big Stone, there is a pretty strong wind pattern a little bit higher up. It's not showing up at the lowest tilt of radar, but if you're in the Big Stone area, you may be getting into some stronger winds soon. And if you switch to the Schuler radar, we start to see rotation from a distance on that storm. So multiple areas of rotation on that storm. It looks like it's about equally the distance between Strathmore and Schuler now. Yeah, about equally distant. So both of those radars are good to monitor that storm at the moment. let's take a look at this developing storm down here near Carmichael, Saskatchewan. Still under severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada. It still looks pretty grumpy. That could be some developing rotation on the south side of it here. So near Gull Lake, it's heading towards. We'll have to watch that one. There's still that storm down by the U.S. border, by Grasslands National Park. It looks like it's moving into the U.S., and a special weather statement has been issued on the state side of that. But yeah, on a side note, if you are trying to track storms in the U.S. right now, go see our friend Evan Freiberger. You can track him down on the YouTubes. If I take out these radar icons, you can see there is a tornado watch down here in the States, and it looks like there is a tornado warning west of Houston at the moment. So yeah, and look at the lightning. Holy moly. That is a lot of lightning down there. So yeah, tornado warning in the States, southwest of, or northwest of Houston, maybe heading towards Houston proper, so that would not be good. But yeah, we are tracking storms as well that are, oh, they put a severe thunderstorm warning way up here, north of Dauphin. Interesting. Let's go take a look at that storm. Oh, yeah. Severe thunderstorm warning north of Dauphin on that little pop-up with some little hail. Interesting. Is there any towns up there? Yeah, I guess Pine River. We're in the Pine River area. Got some hail developing. Maybe some gusty winds in there as well. Interesting. And then again, we have this storm here that is north of Portage La Prairie, tracking to the east-southeast. And that's interesting. And we do have a storm that went through Winnipeg that is still going through deep southern Winnipeg at the moment in Manitoba. And it is tracking down towards Howden area. Is it St. Adolphe? Is that how you pronounce it? Adolphe? Might have some weakening on that northern rotation there. Okay, so these storms we continue to track in Manitoba, and there is a severe thunderstorm warning north of Dauphin, up there near where again? Pine River, that's right. Near Pine River, Pulp River, Garland area. And that's tracking to the southeast. And so severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada up on that one. There is a severe thunderstorm warning, multiple warnings in Saskatchewan. This storm is starting to look interesting. Wow. If this is not noise, because this doesn't look like noise. This looks a lot less like noise than the last noisy garbage looked like. I mean, it might still be noise, but whoa, if this is not noise, then this is starting to really, really, really rotate here. Let's go to tilt 2.
Got a tornado warning in Saskatchewan now.
Oh, they're tornado warning on that storm then. If I hit refresh, I bet you it shows up. The one I'm watching. How much you want to bet? Tornado warning. That's the one. Yeah, so I was thinking, is this, because if this is not noise, I think this is really ramping it up. And yeah, they've issued tornado warnings now for basically the Carmichael area. If you are southeast of Carmichael, Saskatchewan, there is a tornado. There's 3. They issued 3 for the 3 different regions that they have here. It's north of Shaunavon, and it is tracking to the southeast. So we have tornado warnings in Alberta and in Saskatchewan at the moment. As you can see, the Illerbrunn area, if you're kind of near Illerbrunn, be taking shelter for sure. Bone Creek, number 108, take shelter. Instow, I-N-S-T-O-W, Instow, and the Shaunavon area is not in the tornado warning, but the storm is kind of heading down in that direction, but it should actually miss Shaunavon to the southeast, but it's heading towards Admiral areas. And yeah, so if you are anywhere near if you're south of Illerbrunn or in Illerbrunn, again, Carmichael number 109, Bone Creek number 108, these areas right here, northeast of Garden Head, that is a pretty dangerous storm that is tracking to the southeast in southwestern Saskatchewan at the moment. So yeah, so things are getting interesting, it seems. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. certainly some interesting things happening at the moment. Let's see here. Yes. So yeah, that storm. Yeah, that storm that is near. It's actually near Gull Lake as well, I believe. Yeah, Gull Lake is right here. That's right. That storm, 5% tornado risk on it, 12% severe risk on it. I think it's starting to kick it up a notch. So, Minnie says, will it hit Winnipeg? This one in Saskatchewan? No. This is very, very far away. Oh, looks like my wife has, my son might have my wife's phone because he said, Dada. That's my wife, Amanda, there. I think my son is trying to get my attention here. Minnie asked about Winnipeg. No, it will not. Hold on. Brienne says, yes, it will hit Winnipeg. No. No, it will not. What are you talking about? It is not going to hit Winnipeg. There is a storm that went through Winnipeg that is in southern Winnipeg, but this is not the one that's under a tornado warning, and it's nowhere close to the tornado warning. So, yeah, please, folks, take a deep breath. Zachary says, warning in swift current. Yeah, so there's actually not a tornado warning, Zachary, in swift current. As you can see, swift current up here. It's not inside the tornado warning, but what happens is if there's a cell tower inside of the tornado warning, so let's say in Webb, there's a cell tower, and it can reach your cell phone from there. That's why you're getting the tornado warning from Webb. So you're actually not in the tornado warning, and you're not in the path of that storm. The storm that is tornado warned is moving to the southeast. It will not affect swift current. Our TVs are going off and stuff. Yeah, for sure. But again, that's why I'm glad you're on the live stream so we can clarify this for you. Swift current is good to go. You are fine right now. You could see some storms later. They could be severe. They could be dangerous. But right now, swift current is good to go. This storm, let me hit animate so you can watch. This storm is moving to the east, southeast. So if it started moving to the northeast, then it could end up going right into swift current. I mean, you're actually inside of that storm, but you are nowhere close to where the rotation is. You are basically just getting some heavy rain. You might get some lightning. You are not in the path of the strong rotation at this point in time. The rotation is to the south. And this is the area of concern right here. So if you are in Illerbrunn, you wanting to take shelter right now, you can see the strong rotation right here. It's south of Carmichael, south of Gull Lake, heading towards Bone Creek number 108 and Illerbrunn. This is the area of concern down here. This could be near Gull Lake. This is very noisy radar. It's extremely difficult to see if there's rotation here, but there could maybe be some rotation in the Gull Lake and Carmichael area right now. So that may be a concern as well too. But yeah, swift current right now, you're good to go. You're not actually in the tornado warning, and I don't really think that the risk is going to head in your particular direction. I think the risk is more down here north of Shaunavon. That is the main area of concern in Saskatchewan at the moment. So let's go back and
I believe it's Shaunavon.
Oh, Shaunavon? The O-N is Vin?
Correct me.
Alana is the best pronunciation person of all time.
So, Ven. Pronounce it V-E-N. Ven.
Ven. Shaunavon? Yes. Not Shaunavon?
Correct.
Am I adding a little bit too much on to it?
And kind of circling back to the comments about hitting Winnipeg, I think that they were discussing the storm that's kind of north of Portage.
Oh, Portage La Prairie? Oh,
yeah, the one that's around Delta. Because that's kind of tracking more southeastward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might have a chance. I thought you were talking about this storm. This storm is not a concern for Winnipeg. Definitely a concern for the folks in the path, but not for Winnipeg. Looking at the tornado warning in Alberta right now near Wastina, Youngstown. These storms are kind of getting a little bit messy. I think they're actually getting closer to the Medicine Hat, the Schuler radar. And then there still is some hail in here, some rotation south of Youngstown. It can't really pick up on this as much. It's kind of going into a no radar zone here, which is, it'd be nice to have one right in the middle of all this. That would help a lot. I don't think there's that much population up here. I can't even find a town. Oh, there we go. If I zoom in more. Park Farm, Buffalo View, Edgerton, Chauvin, Killarney Lake areas. Yeah, but yeah, it'd be really nice. Really nice if there was a radar that would help us there. But anyways, these ones can still pick it up pretty good. And yeah, there could still be some embedded rotation in the storm. I don't know how long that tornado warning is going to last. I have a feeling they might drop it at some point in time. But right now it's still going. The Hannah tornado warning is still showing up on other apps for some reason, but that one is definitely dropped. That one is not a concern. But yeah, we have tornado warnings, as you can see here, down near Ildebrunn. This storm is definitely kicking it up a notch, and Environment Canada is being very proactive with this one. Actually, I appreciate that. Super proactive with it, because it looked kind of noisy. It's not really the perfect shape, but they're on it, which is good. But again, swift current is not a concern right now. Amanda says, why did Hannah get another tornado warning? My Environment Canada, just northwest. Again, you're probably close enough to the tornado warning that is actually occurring, that is actually in place to the east, and therefore your cell phone. Again, the way Alert Ready works, it doesn't just send out a notification to the edge of the tornado warning. It just sends out a notification as far as the cell phone tower can reach. So if your phone is anywhere, if it can reach a signal anywhere close to that cell phone tower that's inside of that tornado warning, then you'll get a tornado warning, even if you're not inside of the tornado warning. So I think that's probably what's happening here.
I don't think that's the case, because we're talking about Hannah, Alberta, which is where the previous tornado warning was.
Correct.
It's considerably a lot further than the actual active tornado warning in Saskatchewan. So what we're seeing is a lot of apps, other apps are still kind of showing that. It does take some time sometimes for them to take it down.
I think she's talking about I think she's not referring to the Saskatchewan tornado warning. I think she's referring to the one that just got dropped. Actually, now there is no tornado warnings in Alberta. But maybe
it was dropped.
I'm just thinking she might be close enough to a cell phone tower that was inside of that. You know how sometimes like Alert Ready will it'll just resend out the tornado warning because it's like continued. I think maybe she got it from that, possibly, or maybe she got the tornado warning ended. Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah. So Amanda, that's probably why. But Amanda, you're good to go. There is no tornado warning right now in Alberta. They have all been dropped. So we still have a rotation detected polygon here, but the tornado warnings in Alberta have been dropped. So that's good news. Brennan just escaped on me. I don't know where he went. Brennan, where'd you go? You still here? Or are you just making me full screen? Okay, cool. All right. I think
No, it's because I had the tornado warning in Alberta on the screen and it just ended, so I pulled it off.
I see. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so the only tornado warnings right now are in Saskatchewan, which is north of Shaunavon and southwest of Swift Current. Swift Current is not in the path of this storm. You are in the kind of the northern rain side of it, but you're not going to see the strongest part of it, which is, again, north of Shaunavon. And in Stow area, so Ilderbrunn, Bone Creek, number 108, Scottsguard, those areas need to be taking shelter with the storm because it's pretty darn strong and is under tornado warning from Environment Canada at the moment. Joel says, tornado warnings that end are not broadcast intrusive. That's a good point. Let's see here. Tani says, what's happening east of Calgary? So right now, east of Calgary, there is, you can see there's some storms. They, of course, they're still under severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada. They were under tornado warning, but that has been downgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning. There is a little tiny pop-up storm south of Calgary right now, but it looks like it's doing not much near northeast of Diamond Valley. And let's scroll back here. I do want to take a look at still what's happening over in Manitoba. We are tracking storms across the prairies today. So a new storm has just popped up west of Winnipeg out of thin air here, which happens. You can see it just developed right there. And if I scroll forward, you can see a new little storm has popped up. It might track through kind of the same areas that already got hail. So new storms popping up. It looks like I've seen some reports on Twitter of toonie-size hail in South Winnipeg. Wow. Toonie-size hail in South Winnipeg. So yeah, definitely kicking it up a notch in the Winnipeg area. Hopefully everybody's staying safe down there. And yeah, this likely from this particular storm right here, the one that already went through South Winnipeg, heading through Howden at the moment. That one is definitely the strong hail producer that we've been watching.
Depending how long that continues, it could cause some flooding because it's kind of like training over the same area.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's been like nonstop there. So flooding would certainly be an issue with that one. That's a good point. Very good point. Yeah, so all tornado warnings in Alberta have been downgraded to severe thunderstorm warnings. Those are still strong storms right now heading east of Hannah, heading towards the Saskatchewan border. and we're going to continue to watch those closely. There is this storm north of Portage la Prairie that we put a polygon around saying it has some severe thunderstorm potential, and it is tracking to the southeast, maybe towards the Oakville area, and it might eventually head towards Winnipeg as well. And if that's the storm that they were talking about in the comments, sorry, it was a bit confusing because I wasn't sure if you were referring to the storms that were over in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Let's see here. Jessica says, southeast Manitoba / Steinbach area, it's starting to look dark. Yeah, this storm's probably heading your way. Yeah, I think they are. Pretty much. Yeah, it looks like that hailstorm may be heading towards the Steinbach area. So there's that. Robin said I had to shovel my front step. Oh boy. Shoveling hail off your front step. Brenda's asking about Oyen and Cyril and Empress. Jennifer says, how's your little guy? I got to go check on him because he obviously wants me to go see him. I haven't seen him since he got home from school. The tornado warning to the west has been dropped, but they've kept it for Illerbrunn, Bone Creek, number 108, Simi areas, kind of the Gull Lake area as well, basically south of it though. Those are the areas of concern. This storm right here, as it tracks to the southeast towards Admiral and Cadillac, Lac Pelletier, number 107 areas as well too. This is the concern. It should miss Shaunavon. Yeah, but yeah, the storms here east of Hannah. Let me just zoom in on that. Looks like, yeah, Big Stone area, Serial area. Oyen is probably going to see some hail from this one. Capon is going to see some hail. It's definitely, there's some hail in here. A little bit of minor rotation there, a little bit of embedded rotation. So we're keeping our little polygon that says rotation detected on that one for now. We may drop that, but it's going into an area where radar is not really picking it up great, which is not helpful. So there's that. Yeah, but I think I'm going to go check on my little guys for a bit. Brendan, can you take over with radar just for a little bit while I go check on the little guy? Maybe I'll stuff some of those Aussie bites from Costco into my face hole. And, oh, pea-sized hail in Okotoks is being reported right now on that tiny little storm that was south of Calgary as well. Looks like Chris Atrell on Twitter is actually on that tornado warn storm north of Shaunavon. So it looks like he's got a wall cloud on there. So yeah, that storm could be pretty dangerous. Probably the strongest storm we're seeing right now is the one that is in southwestern Saskatchewan at the moment. Brennan, are you there, or did you leave me again? Brennan, where'd you go?
No, I'm here. I was pulling up radar.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Yeah, so if you can take over for that for a bit, I'll just run out for 10 minutes or so, and then I will be back relatively soon. Let's see here. Toaster the Protogen says Webb, Saskatchewan is currently under a tornado warning and severe thunderstorm warning, says Toaster the Protogen. Let's see here. Where is Webb? Let's see here. Is Webb in here? Where is Webb? I'm going to search for it. We have that capability. One sec. Let me just do this before I run. Webb, Saskatchewan. I found you, and let's see. Yeah, absolutely. So you are inside the tornado warning. There is no the tornado warning took over for the severe thunderstorm warning, so you're not in both. You're just inside of a tornado warning. It's by Gull Lake. Okay, I just didn't zoom in far enough. Oh, by the way, you're good to go. I don't think there's a problem in Webb. I think you're just getting some rain. The storm that is the problem is south of you down here. If you're in Illerbrunn, you want to be taking shelter immediately. Bone Creek area immediately. Simi immediately. Instow, Scottsguard. Shaunavon seems to be okay. I think it'll be all right. Looks like the storm is going to track mainly to the east, southeast. So areas down here like Crichton, Admiral, Lac Pelletier, Cadillac. Yeah, those areas are definitely a concern as that storm continues to track to the southeast. It's showing rotation. It's under tornado warning, and someone took a photo of what looks like a wall cloud. And a wall cloud is like basically it goes wall cloud turns into a funnel cloud, which turns into a tornado. So those are kind of the steps to go through. But the fact that we have a wall cloud photo on that storm is not a good sign. Let's see here. Okay, Brennan, are you You ready with your radar? Oh, I see. You just have to get rid of
Yep,
me. Okay, get rid of me, and I'll
I'm
be right
ready.
back in just a little bit.
And Adam will be back soon. Let's just take a look at the current tornado warning. So the one to the west has been ended. So the one for Carmichael and that, I've removed it from the banner. So we still have two tornado warnings in effect for Gull Lake. And then to the south for Scottsguard, I'm just going to look at velocity here, and it's a little messy to kind of see. I'm just going to switch over to split mode so we can kind of look at the storm. So the concern right now is near Brun. I'm gonna mess up, but I think Alana's in the background. Oh, no, she's stepping away for a second to get pizza. So my buddy to help with pronunciations is going to be here right now. So you're stuck with my pronunciations. So we are watching that storm, and I'm just gonna animate it here just to take a look at how fast it's going. Oh, I got my speed cranked up. Oh, how can you do that so fast? Okay, I'm gonna just split here. And we'll see where this is tracking. So right now, this storm that's of concern is in Illebrun, and it's tracking in the southeast. So zoom in here. So Simi, I don't know how to pronounce that. Just to the north of Cadillac, Christian, Admiral. This area is definitely a concern with this storm as it tracks to the southeast. They're not in a tornado warning right now, but we'll see how this storm develops. And I'm just going to keep looking over here. And we have a new pop-up storm to the south of Leader. This one, let me see where it's tracking. Kind of tracking to the east. It kind of died off in the last scan. So we'll keep watching that. And then this big cluster of storms that produced that tornado warning earlier today near Hannah is under a severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like the main concern right now is hail, although this signature is interesting. Yeah, that's something. Just going into Serial, Chinook, the cell eventually. Definitely some interesting signature on that just popped up within the last scan. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then a lot of hail to the south of that storm. So east of Big Stone, heading into Helmsdale, eventually Capone, south of Onan, Acadia Valley, eventually gonna get some hail. We'll keep watching that. And there's a storm developing ahead of us, that main cluster near Capone, Acadia Valley that just popped up. It's likely producing some smallish hail. We'll have to watch how that one develops. It's definitely in the environment where it's capable of doing something. I'm just gonna take a quick gander at Manitoba for you. We'll go up to the north where there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Duck Bay, Pine River, Pulp River, this area. The storm does look like it's kind of weakening. This was when it was severe warned where it was likely producing hail, but it's kind of died off a bit, so I would expect Environment Canada to end that eventually, although it's kind of strengthened a bit more on the latest scan. So I'm just going to take a look at still lots of hail going on south of Winnipeg. The severe thunderstorm warning for Winnipeg proper has been ended, but it continues to the southeast. So St. Adolphe East, Loretta, Landmark, you have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, and that's mainly for the large hail and maybe some strong wind gusts as well. I'm just going to take a look at the one to the north of Portage la Prairie. Yeah, it's not severe warning or anything at the moment, but there is definitely some maybe some small hail in there. It doesn't look too severe. We'll continue to track as we've seen the Winnipeg storm have quickly become severe. So we'll see how that develops. I'm just going to we're going to take a look at Saskatchewan again with the current tornado warning in effect. So it hasn't changed since. We're still to the north of Shaunavon. We have the tornado warning in effect for Gull Lake, Illebrun, Bone Creek, Inslow, and that's for this storm. There's like two areas of concern. So there's one near Gull Lake, and then there's one near Illebrun. So definitely, if you're in that area, please seek shelter. And I believe we have a report from Alberta Storm Reports of the Hannah storm about, I'm just doing the math here, probably 2-ish hours ago, but it's definitely impressive signature. Definitely interesting storm truck. Sure, I'm just going to refresh it and bring it up on the stream here. Bear with me in a minute. Here we are. There we are. So this one came from Shelby in Hannah at 2:45 p.m. So that was about 2-ish hours ago. And that was where the tornado warning was in effect. But the bulk of the storm that potentially maybe produced the tornado, if it did occur, was further to the north of Hannah and then to the east. So, but it definitely produced a fairly impressive storm structure, as you can see here. I'll zoom in so you can see definitely some interesting structure with that. I'm just going to go through to see what other reports we have on Alberta storm reports. So this one was special area number 3 near Lefin and Onion, which is what the storm we were tracking that's under severe thunderstorm warning now, but was previously under a tornado warning. Keep going. This is Airdrie at 4:06. And then this is west into a just leaving Crossfield. And just as I saw that, I see that the tornado warning to the north that covered Gull Lake area has ended, but the one to the south, including Ildebrun, Bone Creek, Simi, is still in effect. Just gonna look at radar again here. There we are. So as you can see here, we just have one tornado warning in effect still for just to the northeast of Shaunavon. It's not going to affect Shaunavon, it's just going to the southeast, so don't expect anything issues there.
Looks like we've got new severe thunderstorm warnings for the Steinbach area in Manitoba.
Yeah, I'm just going over there. Yeah, I see that. So that was for
Yeah.
that cluster of storms that just went through Winnipeg. It's still tracking to the southeast. We'll zoom in here just to look at the hail core. So St. Adolphe's just to the north of Niverville, and this is tracking to the southeast towards New Bothwell, Randolph, and eventually Steinbach if it does maintain its strength. It's hard to say. It's also moving very, very slow. So if it does get there, like we've been talking about this storm for the last, I want to say an hour and a half, and it basically went from like western Winnipeg. Now it's like just to the southeast, so it's been really slow moving. And then we continue to have the storm to the northeast of Portage La Prairie. That isn't severe warned at the moment, but it could be producing obviously heavy rainfall, lightning maybe, and a bit of small hail. Doesn't look
That tornado
severe
warning
at the
has
moment.
been shrunken down a bit.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Okay, I must have missed it. My bad. Yeah, I don't think
Unless it's
web
changed.
is. Yeah, so I don't think web's included anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't removed it from the banner yet. I'm just gonna do that now. There we go. Should update in a minute. Oh, look
Ahoy.
who's back.
Yeah,
Ahoy.
it turns out dinner's not ready yet, and he's not ready to go to bed yet, so
What's
I'm
for
just back
dinner?
real quick. Badagas. Some nice barbecue badagas. It'd be nice.
Oh, I was so confused when you said how you said burgers. I was like,
Oh, I don't know why I
Yeah,
call
I
them that,
was
but I'm like,
like,
badaga?
I was
Like a
like,
nice badaga.
I heard a
Yes,
D in there, and I'm
burger.
like,
Badaga.
yeah,
what?
I was so
A nice
confused. I was
badaga.
like,
I don't know what accent I'm trying
I
to do
didn't know
there,
you
but
were fancy like that.
a fancy way to eat some nice badagas. Yeah, a nice some burgers is gonna be sweet. Burgers and salad. Yeah. Yeah, they shrunk it down, as Alana said. Masked Man X says, is there an estimate as to when the severe weather model percentages will be viewable on Instant Weather Pro? Quite soon, actually. It's being worked on as we speak, so probably the next week or something. Bad gas, says Willie the Rat. Bad gas?
Yeah, I'll say that's
Sounded
where
like
I heard
bad
that
gas,
D.
said Joyce.
Yeah.
Bad
I
gas.
wonder if it's your
Bad
noise
gas.
cancellation making it sound weird.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe it doesn't like what I'm
Nah,
saying.
you're just talking funny.
How come I'm like this weird floating thing over the live stream right now? Strange.
Alana just not sugarcoating it.
Jennifer says, Adam, how is your little guy? He's good. He's eating dinner right now. He's good. He was happy to see me. And he's like, yeah, I messaged you on your live stream. I'm like, yeah, I saw that.
I guess I better change the banner because you're back. Or is it
Probably.
you?
What does the banner say? Adam will be back one day.
Adam back soon.
This one's still looking interesting. Southeast of Illerbrunn, heading into Bone Creek. Yeah, it's still interesting, but a tiny little tornado warning there, which is still. I guess they dropped the severe thunderstorm warning north of Dauphin, as that storm has weakened.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. It looked like it was weakening, so I figured that was about what they were going to do.
Looks like some juicy hail still heading northeast of Niverville, heading southeast towards maybe Steinbach. Looks like Steinbach's in a severe thunderstorm warning now. I did hear you mention that on the stream as well, too. There is a little storm that just popped up here southeast of Osborne near Union Point. I don't know if that is going to do anything interesting, but it kind of just popped out of nowhere. Storms are just kind of bubbling up out of nowhere here. A new storm heading into Winnipeg, but it looks like it doesn't have any more hail on it. It did have quite a bit of hail on this one scan near St. Charles, and then on the next scan, the hail just vanished. So it looks like that one is only going to bring rain probably to Winnipeg, as long as it doesn't miraculously increase in intensity again. We'll see. We'll see what it does. The Portage La Prairie storm, that's north and east of Portage, is kind of weakening a bit. It's getting much larger and more broad, but the hail itself is weakening, just little specks of maybe some small hail. Yeah, so that's all for Manitoba, and we'll see what these storms do. That one potentially heading towards Steinbach as well. We'll see if it does continue to develop. Da 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 da. What? That's an interesting comment. The Greg Johnson comment. Okay, and let's go back over here, see what's happening. So that has been dropped. There's still a tornado warning in southwestern Saskatchewan. We don't think this is like the end of it for Saskatchewan. We think that there could be some more storms developing potentially. We'll see what happens with those. Models have been pretty confident.
Not to mention that cluster in Alberta.
The cluster in Alberta, that's right. It will continue to move east. That's right. And kind of moving into an area with not the greatest radar coverage, but we'll see. At least we can kind of check it out from the Medicine Hat radar.
Medicine Hat's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There is big-time hail probably, I would think, west of Helmsdale and Capon, east of Big Stone and Cabin Lake. And that is probably going to be moving to the southeast, so maybe towards more like Capon area. As that storm cluster continues to move to the east. I don't really see anything strong rotation-wise. There's a kind of a little bit here. Nothing too strong at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I think I might drop the rotation detected. Although, again, this is kind of in an area of not great radar coverage. So I am going to drop definitely the one I had up here that was north of Hannah. That was minor rotation detected. I'm going to get rid of that one from our free app, Instant Weather. Again, you can download our free app at instantweatherapp.com. I'm going to get rid of that minor rotation. That was northeast of Hannah. Okay, I got rid of that one. Cool. And some pretty interesting photos coming out. Interesting. I'm going to take a look at some model data in the background. I just want to see what the updated data is suggesting for the rest of the evening, if anything is going to get... Yeah, it's thinking that... it's still thinking there's going to be a lot of activity in deep southern Saskatchewan here. So I think we're in for it for a little while here. Let me see. Yeah, it's thinking that storm, actually, that's under a tornado warning right now, will continue strong all the way as it reaches towards the U.S. border. Yeah, it really picked up exactly where the storms are going to be today. It really thinks it's going to stay strong right to the U.S. border. There is tornado risk with that storm and big hail risk as well. And it actually should increase over the next hour or so. So that storm is probably the one to for sure watch. Still some hail expected now in Manitoba. Of course, there already was some, and there could be some more. I think maybe Alberta is out of it after those storms move to the border. I think Alberta's pretty much done. So yeah, I think once that storm crosses the border, this one right here, we'll continue to watch it as it continues to track east. Once it hits the Saskatchewan border, I think the Alberta stream would be done for Facebook at least, and then we're going to continue to watch this
from Brandon Hall that says, just saw a live tornado on the ground in Helmsdale.
Just saw a live? What live? Who are you watching?
Helmsdale is north of Calgary. There's not really much going on there.
I think there was a Helmsdale in here. Wasn't there a Helmsdale in here?
Oh.
Or was it? Or no, it was the one in Alberta, wasn't it? The one, wasn't there a Helmsdale in here?
It's north
of
Calgary.
Yeah, Helmsdale's right there. Right there.
Oh, what? There's more than one? Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Which province are you talking about, Brandon? He says Helmsdale. Can you tell us which province? Are you talking about the Alberta one? Is it this one? Is it this storm right here? I mean, there is some rotation northwest of Helmsdale, so it is possible. It's pretty minor, but again, we're getting pretty far from radar here.
I swear, we need to rename every city in Canada so there's no duplicates.
Or we call it one version 1 and one version 2.
And then
so they can keep their name.
Who gets 1? Who gets 2?
Brandon, can you let us know where you saw the live stream? Are you is it on Snapchat or something, or some random? Is it a TikTok live? Where are you seeing this tornado on the ground in Helmsdale? And which Helmsdale is it? Is it the one in Alberta, or is it a different Helmsdale? I'm assuming it's the one in Alberta. We'll see. Brandon, help us out here. Let us know. Oh, you might be able to hear my cat. Okay, so let me just look at some data in the background. Give me just a moment. Okay, let's see here. Jody says, blue sky in Calgary, northeast by the airport. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Marcy says, hello, kitty cat. I just fed him. I don't know why. Give me a hard time. Toaster says, Chinook is still under a tornado warning advisory. If tornado warning isn't an advisory, it'd be a straight up tornado warning. It's looking pretty strong down here near Bone Creek. And this is the only tornado warning right now in Canada.
There is a Chinook in that area, I believe.
Oh.
If you zoom in. Somewhere around. I remember I was talking about it earlier.
Hildebrand. Maybe they're just, you know what, they might be getting it on their phones because they're nearby. That could be the case.
I think I saw it. Yeah. I don't know. Let me look.
You can just search it. It's probably, if it's on the map, you can search it. I'm still waiting to hear back from our friend on Facebook named Brandon Hall. Brandon, do you know any more information about that? Can you clarify where you saw this live stream? Please let us know. That's pretty important information. If you could let us know, that'd be great. Chinook is by Hannah, says Norm.
That was what I would find.
Yeah, so there's no tornado warning in Alberta now. So you shouldn't be getting a tornado warning from Alberta. But again, we're hearing from from Brandon Hall on YouTube there that he's saying that there is a tornado reported from that area. So we are waiting for more information from him because I don't see anything on Twitter. I haven't seen anything on Facebook, unless it's like a TikTok live or a Snapchat live or some other live platform that you're seeing this live stream from. If you could let us know, that'd be great. Is Jenny live right now? She might be live, actually. She does go live. I should look for it. She's usually live on Facebook. Jenny. I think she's working for the Weather Network now, isn't she? Jenny Hagen? Let's see here. Is she live? No,
not that I'm aware of.
No. Oh, but she has another... Oh, she has the Lost in SK page. So maybe she's live on that? I'm going to look for that page. Hold on. On YouTube, is she live right now? No, she's not live. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Nicholas says, I think he meant in person. Oh, I mean, yeah, if he sees a tornado warning, if he sees a tornado, then he obviously want to get to shelter. So maybe he can't talk right now. But he's saying he sees a tornado in Helmsdale. It could be the storm to the northwest of Helmsdale. There is some kind of broad rotation up here, but it's in a weird spot of the storm. It doesn't really look like your classic mesocyclone. It's very broad. I'd be surprised. Maybe he sees a really low to the ground cloud and he thinks it's a tornado. I don't know. We've had that stuff happen many, many times where people are like, it's a tornado. And then we see the photo and we're like, nah, it was like a wall cloud. It wasn't actually a tornado. So that can happen fairly often. We need to do some more. We need to do how they do the spotter training and stuff like that. We should do some I don't know, online, go through different types of photos. I think it's cool because everything from the National Weather Service in the US is free and open source, right? So we could literally just take NWS Boston. They do a whole spotter training and they have all these great examples. They have all this great stuff. We could just settle down, Siri. We could just take that video, kind of cut it and slice and dice it and use the same content for it. Give credit to them, of course, but they pretty much have all that stuff. Nom Nom namely says free training course for spotters would be awesome. I mean, go ahead and look. If you go look for National Weather Service spotter training, even if you don't want to become a storm spotter, there is just so much good information on those spotter trainings, and they're always excellent. They always talk about, they show radar, they show you how to read radar, they show the difference between a wall cloud and scud and funnel and all that kind of stuff. There's so many great videos. If you look up National Weather Service spotter training, definitely look that up. Yeah. Skywarn. They call it Skywarn down there, I think. Pretty sure. We have Canwarn in Canada, and I'm pretty sure they have Skywarn in the States. So look up Skywarn training in the States. And there's so much great information there. Again, even if you don't want to become a storm spotter, which can be incredibly dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Also, it can be incredibly dangerous even if you do know what you're doing. Yeah, because things can change pretty quickly with the weather. But yeah, if you want to get some great information, I would definitely take a look at the Skywarn. Is the state's equivalent? Yeah, of course. Let's see here. Question from Twitch. Have you ever considered looking at provincial highway cameras for weather updates? Yeah, absolutely. I have a huge thing of all the different webcams across Canada as well. And we often dive into those. We should probably do that more often. We should probably go camera hunting more often. I think it's a good idea because I know in the States recently, a lot of different tornadoes have been caught on webcams. So yeah, that would be a good idea. It's still looking pretty strong down here near Bone Creek. Still pretty darn strong, which is just northeast of Shaunavon and quite a bit south of Swift Current. And that's still looking pretty strong. But again, we're a bit concerned with what we heard from. It could be this storm right here.
There's quite the video on Carrier Storm Report that I have on the stream right now from Youngstown.
On Ontario storm reports? You mean on Alberta storm reports?
Don't remind me. Don't mind me. I'm chewing on licorice while I'm speaking. So I'm like,
So somehow you said Ontario instead of Alberta? Okay.
yeah.
Let's see here. Hey, Jeff, new subscriber. Hey, just you're testing it out. Awesome. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you kindly. Yeah, that storm right there that is south of Hemsdale is starting to look pretty decent. I don't know if it's producing, but I mean, we had a report that it might have a funnel cloud or starting to produce. Nothing until 2, but it's definitely got a nice little tail hanging down it. So we'll see. And what's that? That's the hail. Where did that hail fall? Whoa, that's Youngstown? Oh, yeah, they got lots of little hail. And it's like flooding there as well, too. That's not great. And that's from Jimmy Mabley on Alberta Storm Reports. If you are, again, on Facebook, please join our Alberta Storm Reports, Saskatchewan Storm Reports, or Manitoba Storm Reports group. And if you're in Ontario, we have an Ontario Storm Reports as well. And if you're in Atlantic Canada, we have Atlantic Storm Reports, I believe. Is it Atlantic Canada Storm Reports? I think yeah.
Atlantic Canada, yeah.
Yeah, Atlantic Canada Storm Reports is our group over there as well too. Yeah, so that is interesting. That storm right there is kind of looking sus. So we're gonna keep an eye on that one, and that is the one that we had an interesting random report from a gentleman named Brandon Hall who said that this was maybe producing a tornado, and then he magically disappeared. So hopefully he's safe. I don't know where he went. But if he is around, if you could give us some more information, that would be helpful. That would be helpful. Okay, just looking at some data in the background here. Scarlett says, Regina going to get a storm? Maybe. You might want to double check on our app. If you download our free app, which you can get at instantweatherapp.com, you can download it, punch in Regina, and then go into the hourly product and swipe around and see if maybe you're going to see a storm later. That's pretty accurate. For that kind of purpose. So double check that for sure. Again, you can download our free app at instantweatherapp.com. This is still in my rotation detected polygon, by the way, so I'm still happy about that. But the very, very, very south side of the storm is not. So I think maybe it might be time for a new polygon on that storm. Just on that, where did Brandon go? How can you say something like that on the live stream and then magically disappear? I don't know if we want to maybe message him privately on his, because he was on one of the Facebook live streams. Probably on the Alberta Facebook live stream, I would assume. So maybe we can message him and say, "Hey, is everything okay? Did you actually see anything touch down? Yada yada yada." Might be a good idea. Interesting. Zachary says, "Do you think any other storms will pop up in southwestern Saskatchewan?" I think so. I mean, this here in Alberta is going to move into southwestern Saskatchewan. So I don't know if they're going to pop up. More so, these stronger storms from Alberta are going to eventually stretch into southwestern Saskatchewan. That storm that produced a little bit of hail south of Calgary has now weakened as well. I think it was producing pea-size hail. Still a tornado warning down here in areas that is northeast of Shaunavon. And still some pretty strong signals on radar here. 94 kilometers an hour, 88. I don't know how long that tornado warning is going to last, but it's very possible that they may downgrade it to a severe thunderstorm warning, or they may keep the tornado warning going. I'm not sure, but let's see here. Certainly been an interesting day.
Sorry, I got Brandon in our PMs on Alberta Stormwatch, and he sent a picture of a clear tornado. I want to just get a bit more information on that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that is not great. Okay, I'm going to do a polygon right now.
Which one?
On the Hemsdale.
Which one, Atlanta? Which page?
Alberta Stormwatch. Yeah.
Okay.
In the messages.
Oh, crap. Okay. Well, he wasn't kidding if he's got a clear tornado. Can you post that in our chats, please, so I can see it?
I'm working on it right this second.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm going to do a polygon right here, and I'm going to say tornado reported on that storm.
Give me a minute, though. I'm just... doing
Holy
something.
moly. That is definitely 100% tornado on the ground.
Sending that to
Whoa.
Sills and the team.
And that was in Where was that again? Hemsdale?
Hang on.
Helmsdale.
Are you going to reverse image that?
Yeah, reverse image for sure.
I did, and it's not legit.
Oh, come on, Brandon. Are you kidding me? This is why our team's amazing. We check this stuff out. But, yeah, what was that from? You know what? It could have happened, though. We can't totally blame Brandon. A buddy of his could have said, there's a tornado on the ground, sent him that photo, and then he goes, oh my goodness, and he goes to our live stream and says, oh, there's a tornado on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, these things happen all the time. So it's possible that it wasn't Brandon's fault. But we did a reverse image search on that tornado, and I'm glad you checked that out for sure, because, yeah, it turns out that is a tornado from the U.S., was it?
I had my suspicion because of how it was cropped out.
Oh, was it was it the white bars
on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get that too when like you get like Facebook friend requests and then you like look at their photos and all their photos have like white bars on the side. They're like clearly somebody just screenshotted this, was too lazy to crop it, right? So that totally happens with fake Facebook accounts all the time. Okay. All right. I still don't like the look of the storm, but nothing super duper strong for rotation is concerned. And clearly when Fred said, let's see the tornado then. No, we're definitely not showing this tornado that happened in the U.S. somewhere. That was definitely not happening in Alberta. So no, we're definitely not going to show the fake report we just received of a tornado. But I appreciate you asking. I mean, as soon as you look at the photo, you're like, whoa. And then you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm glad you reverse searched it. What did you reverse search it on? This wasn't Google reverse search, was it?
Tiny Eye. It was... I just looked at it.
When was that tornado?
It was from last year, February 27th, 2023, in Champaign, Illinois, I believe? Or it might be one of them. I can't tell.
Alana, let me... oh, you know what? That same storm... Illinois. That same storm we're watching, that is northeast of Buffalo, Alberta, southwest of Oyen. It looks pretty interesting from Strathmore. I know that's further away, but it definitely is starting to look pretty interesting from Strathmore. And there is some minor rotation on it from Schuler. Yeah, that's interesting. Alana, I'm going to jump into the PMs with that gentleman just to have a chat with him. I just want to ask him a few things.
Yeah, all I had said to him was, did you take that?
And perfect. Actually, that's the perfect question. Yeah. He hasn't responded. Okay, exactly. All right. Yeah. So let me know what he says. Oh, Brandon. He's probably still watching the live stream, and he's probably like, oh, man, because, I have a feeling a buddy of his sent it to him. That happens all the time. People are like, oh, there's a tornado. And then you're like, oh, really? And then you're like, oh, that photo you sent us was from 2023. And they're like, oh, yeah, it was my buddy. Looks like they're saying the tornado warning has been extended. It certainly has. They extended the tornado warning to Lac Peltier, Blumenhof, Neville, Darlene's Beach, Crichton, Admiral, Cadillac, and Wise Creek, and Driscoll Lake. So, yeah, they've extended that tornado warning. It looks like that storm is moving a lot more east now. It was moving south. It was moving southeast, but now it is moving due east. And it looks like that, yeah. So it's moving due east. So basically, if you're in the Lac Peltier area, if you're south of Darlene's Beach, if you are south of Simi, north of Admiral, or in the Admiral area and Cadillac area, be taking shelter with that storm right there. And models have been saying that storm is going to continue to increase in strength. I just checked the latest data, and it looks like it's going to continue. And this is to clarify, this is in Saskatchewan, and this is south of Swift Current and northeast of Shaunavon. Brandon Hall says, I've been hacked, just got notified by Facebook.
Right.
You magically got hacked and are you saying somebody hacked your account? And what they did is send us a fake tornado report? That's what they did by hacking your account? That's not what people hack Facebook accounts for. That sounded pretty sus there, Brandon. You're on thin ice there, bud. Oh boy, we might have to remove Brandon from the community. If he had just gone ahead and lied and said it was my friend who sent me the image, I mean, that would have at least would have been like, oh, okay, that's what we thought probably happened. But the fact that you sent us okay, can you send us here? How about this? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Brandon, can you send us the screenshot that Facebook told you you've been hacked, and for some reason the culprit is sending fake tornado reports on live streams? There's a guy on YouTube named I Am Not a Troll, and he says Brandon is a bigger troll than I am.
Hold on.
And his profile picture is a troll doll. That is fantastic.
Anyways, moving on.
I don't want to move on. That's too funny. Okay. All right. I am not a troll on Facebook. Has declared Brandon a bigger troll than he is. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Billy says, can you please check on Airdrie? Yeah, I can definitely check on Airdrie. That is one of the funniest moments in our live streams all time. Airdrie is good to go. You're looking absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with Airdrie right now. You're good to go. Still tornado warning in southwestern Saskatchewan. The storm is interesting. It might be weakening. I thought it was. It looks like it is, but they've extended the tornado warning. The hail core vanishes. The storm is kind of like getting messy, but future data says that this storm will continue to stay strong as it tracks down towards the U.S. border. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alana, I'm not a troll. Round of applause. Oh my goodness. How's the Manitoba storms going, says Kiwi? Yeah, let me double check. Let me double check on our friends in Manitoba. This one's still going strong. I thought these storms were gonna I can't, like, when I first made the polygon that like went from the storm all the way down to Winnipeg, I said to myself, I'm like, I don't even know if these are gonna last, because I'm like looking at the environment. I'm like, yeah, maybe these are gonna last. I don't know. I was like skeptical of even sending it to Winnipeg, but I'm glad I did. But it's still going strong east of Niverville. Still probably some big time hail in there. And wow. And holy moly, remember I said that storm might head down towards Oakville, Manitoba? Well, it sure did. It looks like there's some hail in there. Lots of torrential rain. Lots of little pop-ups now. And again, tomorrow looks much stronger for Manitoba. We'll see if that's still the case as we review the data this evening and tomorrow morning. But it looks like tomorrow for Manitoba could be pretty interesting. I saw some big, long tracks through the area for storms. And yeah. Oh, my goodness. That was something else. Joey says, earlier this afternoon in Winnipeg, we had pea-size hail. Thank you very much, Joey, for your report. Actually, to your southwest, we had reports of up to toonie-size hail in deep southwestern Winnipeg. So, wow. Didn't have that on our bingo card. Nicole says, Steinbach getting hail? Sorry, I missed. My kids were talking to me. Yeah, probably. This storm is still cooking pretty strong, and it looks like it's heading... It might, like, the strongest part of it might miss Steinbach to the south, but it looks like it's trying to go that way. And that way is Steinbach. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, Steinbach is definitely has a chance of hail here. Under severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. I think you certainly have a chance for hail. So that is happening. Nicole says, yep, second wave, I guess. Justin says, Manitoba does not need any storms. Alonza 2018 was bad enough. Never want to see that stuff again. Yeah, that was very horrifying. That was a very, very strong couplet. That was wild. Yeah, I can hear you, Justin. Yeah, no, I mean, everybody's okay with storms. Hold on a second here. Angela says, possible starting of a funnel cloud in BAWLF, B-A-W-L-F, Alberta. Let me double check. B-A-F-L-W, Alberta. B-A-F-L-W, Alberta. BAWLF?
No, B-A-W-L-F.
L. Did I?
You can't spell today.
I can't. Where she said B-A-W-L-F.
And you put B-A-L-F-W.
Why? Am I getting dyslexic? What's happening here? Maybe I've always been.
You're in your
Maybe I've
40s.
always
You're
been.
done.
Whoa, that's right. I did turn 40. Balf is way up in the middle of Balf and nowhere up here. Hold on a second. Let me double check. It's southeast of Edmonton. She's saying a funnel cloud. Angela, can you, if it's safe to do so, can you send us a photo of that possibly? Can you email it to us? Email it to help@instantweather.ca. Help@instantweather.ca. If you can send us a photo of that, that would be helpful. Yeah, that would be certainly helpful. But what? Oh, I see. Yeah, that would be certainly helpful. Because I'm not seeing anything environment-wise. Like, there's no strong rotation up there. It might be kind of a non-supercell funnel potential. That's certainly possible because those seem to happen all season long in Canada. But yeah. What is happening with my spelling? I'm losing it. Okay, here we go. This Cap'n storm still showing some minor rotation here. A little bit of minor rotation on that storm. Let's look at tilt 2. Tilt 2 is kind of weak. Tilt 3 is probably non-existent. Yeah, tilt 3, not great. Tilt 2 is me. And what's tilt 1 doing? Oh, this is a new update. Oh, it's actually stronger now. Yeah, that is now showing some stronger rotation right there. And this is south of Cap'n, northeast of Atlee. I think I'm going to go minor rotation on this because this is kind of kicking it up a notch. Heading towards blind loss. Yeah, I'm definitely doing a polygon. That was the polygon I was going to create when it turns out that Brandon was sending us a photo of a tornado that happened a year ago. But I think this is probably worth sending a notification on now because it's getting pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and do that down towards blind loss. Where is it here? Okay. I'm going to do a polygon on this one because this one's kicking it up a notch here. Maybe towards the leader area. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Where is the border? Is it right there? I see. The border is very close to that. Okay. Yeah. I think they extended the severe thunderstorm warning to cover that storm now, but it's starting to rotate. So I'm going to go minor rotation update on that one. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. 18 people. It's a very rural area. I'm surprised we have 18 people in the path of that one. That is shocking. Okay. Let me just do minor rotation. Okay, so we've detected minor rotation on this storm. Where? Southwest of Cap'n. Storm located southwest of Cappon, Cap'n, tracking to the southeast, potentially. One sec here. Southeast towards. Towards blind loss, towards the Buffalo and blind loss areas. Potentially towards the Buffalo and blind loss areas. It will eventually track into southwestern Saskatchewan. Okay. The time here is going to be 5:16, and I'm sending it now. Okay. Yeah, that one's definitely looking interesting. Down towards blind loss, Cavendish, Sharrow, McNeil. Yeah, those areas right there. Okay. Kurt says, my cat baffled. I see what you're going for there.
It reminds me of when I was a kid, we had a cat named Ralph because he Ralphed in the car.
Ralph is a good name for a puking cat. Justin says large marble and some golf ball size hail here in Waverly. Oh boy. Let me search up
That's
Waverly.
Manitoba, I believe,
Yeah, that makes sense.
near Winnipeg.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's
Waverly,
right
Manitoba.
around Winnipeg.
It came up as Waverly Drive in Brandon. I don't think that's right. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Waverly. Can I English? Waverley. Waverly. It's still coming up as Brandon, but that's not the right one, is it?
Maybe it is.
Maybe it
Maybe
is.
it's near Brandon.
No, that's like a part of Brandon, Manitoba. I don't think there's got to be an actual Waverly. That's
Oh, there's a Waverly neighborhood in Winnipeg, I believe.
Valerie has
Yeah,
a good
that's what
point.
I
She
was
says,
thinking.
okay. Valerie's a good point. She says maybe the person who
Yes,
hacked her
there is.
profile is psychic. Did you catch that? She says maybe the person who hacked Brandon's profile is psychic.
Yeah,
He knew
it's
that there was going to be a
the
tornado.
south end of Winnipeg, near
Okay.
Fort Garry,
And they're getting
Pembina.
is a Winnipeg
Yeah,
neighborhood.
right.
Says Ellie.
Waverly,
Okay,
right there.
Okay, so the question is though. Oh yeah, Waverly's right here. Are you getting golf ball size hail right now, or did you mean you got golf ball size hail in the last storm? I'm thinking it's the last storm because there's definitely not golf ball size hail falling right now. The stuff south of Oakville is starting to get interesting here. Oakville, Manitoba.
Manitoba.
That's all under severe thunderstorm warning now too. So that they've severe thunderstorm warned that, which is Portage La Prairie is under a severe thunderstorm warning, but you're not in the path of this one. Brandon, can you refresh the whatever we're watching on the? Is it Alberta storm reports there? It kind of, yeah, it's kind of went to nothing. Ooh, what's going on there? Consort area about 45 minutes ago. Some hail. Interesting. Thank you for the report. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you're on Facebook, join either Alberta storm reports, Saskatchewan storm reports, Manitoba storm reports, Ontario storm reports, or Atlantic Canada storm reports. We have all of those groups for reporting storms in parts of Canada. I think we need a BC and a Quebec. Yeah, we need to start more groups. Let's see here. Yeah, Steinbach might not get as much hail as we thought you were going to earlier because it looks like that storm is finally starting to lose some steam. Yeah, so Steinbach might just get some heavy rain, maybe a little bit of hail, but it's definitely not looking as strong as it once was. But southeast of Oakville, Manitoba here is starting to pick it up a notch. So it's going to head to the southeast, maybe towards Sanford area, Brunkild, those areas right now. So yeah, a little bit of minor rotation happening. Let's go back actually to, he said the storm that hit Winnipeg at 7:30. Oh, okay. Wait, what? What now? Isn't it 6:30 right now in Winnipeg? It's like 6:20 in Winnipeg. How did a storm hit Winnipeg? Oh, he says the storm will hit Winnipeg at 7:30. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, they're an hour behind. That's right. Okay.
Brennan, the tornado warning has ended if you want to update the banner.
That's right. Tornado warning has ended. It's been downgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning, which is great news. And the only storm we're really paying attention to right now is this BC-looking storm near Buffalo, Alberta, which still has some minor rotation. It just all of a sudden extended way. Oh, I see. It merged with the cell to the south. That might have been a merging meso that I notified. I'm going to get rid of my rotation detected bigger orange polygon. But this one I just notified, just merged and became a stronger storm down here. And is it moving east? Do I need a new polygon? Yeah, it's moving east. Okay, it should squeeze its way into my polygon. See the blue line here? Here's the question. Is this storm going to move inside of my blue polygon? Or is it going to perfectly go this way and be just outside of it? I think it's going to move in. All right, let us know in the comments. Is this going to move into the polygon or stay outside of the polygon? Let me know. Future storm, says Christy. Thank you very much, Christy. What about Cleefield, Manitoba? Says Nicole. Cleefield? I'll take a look. I like flying over on Instant Weather Pro here. Let me get rid of some of these locations. I have so many locations saved. There we go. All right, get rid of all this. Okay, here we go. Cleefeld, Manitoba. Cleefeld, Manitoba. Let's go fly over there. Whee! You're in it. You're inside of a severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. Let me click on the radar to see the Woodsland radar. And Cleefeld is in it. Right in the path of this storm. I don't know if you're going to see hail. You might see a little bit of hail. But I'm glad there's not extremely strong rotation where you are right now. There is this strange signal that shows like 93 kilometer an hour wind gusts, but it looks kind of like noise. I'm hoping it's noise because you'd be right in. Interesting. It might be side lobe. Might be some side lobe contamination. I'm not seeing anything as strong on tilt 2. Yeah, Cleefeld. Let us know what you're experiencing. Only if it's safe to do so, because it looks interesting, Nicole. It looks interesting. There's a little bit of a little bit of hook, tiny little hook-ish. Not even really a hook, more just like an appendage kind of coming down from the storm. The Alberta storm is hooking. That's for sure. It's starting to hook there. Let's go back and take a peek at that quick. Tornado warnings in southwestern Saskatchewan have been dropped. They've been downgraded to severe thunderstorm warnings at this point. And this is the storm we're still watching. And I don't know who's betting on it's going to go into my polygon or out of my Oh, they've extended the severe thunderstorm warning to cover it. Yeah, they extended the severe thunderstorm warning down here towards the Buffalo area. I'm going to go take a peek just quickly and see if they mentioned a tornado risk on it. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but it's possible that they did not. They did not. So severe thunderstorm warning for MD of Acadia, including Acadia Valley, SA3 near Big Stone, Capon, and Gold Spur was issued a minute ago. Yeah. I mean, they have the cookie cutter thing that says, remember, severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes. But I'm pretty sure, that's on most severe thunderstorm warnings. So we usually don't point out. If they actually say there's a chance that this storm might produce a tornado, then we say tornado risk mentioned in that particular severe thunderstorm warning. Marcia says, I sent a picture via DM. Marcia, can you clarify what page you're on? Are you in Alberta? Miss J says, hello from Toronto. Hi. Keith here from Fairview, Alberta. I think we are getting hail or some heavy rain right now. Thank you very much for the report. I sincerely appreciate that. Whoa. It is going into my polygon, and the rotation is getting stronger. You see it really, really soft right here. I go to the next frame, it gets a little bit stronger. I go to the next frame, it's getting even stronger.
I got Marcy's picture in the Alberta page. Lovely double rainbow in Strathmore.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Sorry, east of Strathmore.
Houston has a tornado warning right now. Whoa. Houston, Texas is inside of a tornado warning at this point in time. That's not good. Hopefully everybody down there is staying safe. Can you ask her, Marcy, can you post it to our Alberta Storm Reports page, please? Pretty please. Pretty please. Less Than Perfect, I think. Is that a song by what's her face?
Pink.
Oh, Pink, that's the one.
Yeah,
I knew
Pink.
it. Definitely Pink. She's awesome. Marcia says, after getting dumped on is where that came in. Did I click on that at the same time somebody else did? Oh, where, she said. Yeah, so Marcia, if you're on Facebook, so go to the search bar at the top of Facebook and type Alberta Storm Reports. It's a group. And so join the group and then post that. And then we'll definitely put it up there.
I also sent her a link in the DMs.
Oh, well, that makes life a lot easier, too. Exciting B says, do you do the United States, Adam? We have pages across the states. So we have a page for every single state. So like Texas Tornado Watch, Alabama Tornado Watch. We have Tornado Watch pages across the states. What we do is we Prairie Storm Chasers just posted wall cloud on tail end Charlie northwest of Blind Loss. The storm we just put, that storm right there, they got a wall cloud on it right now. We cover the states. We have 2 meteorologists in the states as well too. So we do cover the states, yeah. And we plan to launch in some other pro down there, and we plan to do more stuff down there. I don't think I'm going to personally get into live streaming U.S. events. I'm just thinking for burnout purposes. Streaming all the way across Canada all year is a lot, and then so to also do the states, which is like nonstop, would be a lot as well too. But I think it would be really good for us to have more team members from the states actually live stream the U.S. stuff. Would be pretty cool. So I think we'll look into that. But thank you for your question, Exciting Bee. I appreciate it. Bunny says, how about Deloraine, Manitoba? Is that how you pronounce it? Deloraine?
I would
Wall
pronounce
cloud
it
reported.
Deloraine.
Deloraine? Oh, Deloraine. Wall cloud reported on that storm northwest of Buffalo on tail end Charlie, as in the most southern storm of a big line of storms. It's got a hook. It's got a wall cloud reported. Yeah, I think that storm is kicking it up a notch here. I've got minor rotation on it. I have a feeling Environment Canada won't be long until maybe they put a tornado warning on it. We'll see. Especially the fact that there is a wall cloud on that one right now. And it's a pretty low-hanging wall cloud. It's really close to surface. 3% tornado risk on that storm. It's just coming into range of the machine learning. It says 3% tornado risk. I think that could increase. Vo Virtual Star says, can you show the wall cloud? We're going to retweet it. Brennan, if you can retweet it on our Twitter account. So we have Alberta Storm Watch. Oh, sorry, no. Instant Weather Alberta. That's what we're called on Twitter. Instant Weather Alberta on Twitter. So search for that, and Brennan will retweet the Prairie Storm Chasers.
Yes, iWeather AB.
Yeah, iWeather AB. But I mean, if you just search on Twitter for Instant Weather Alberta, you'll be able to find it, and then Brennan will retweet that wall cloud photo there. But yeah, some rotation on this one. North of Majestic, northwest of Buffalo. If you are in those areas, if you're in the Majestic area, the Buffalo area, the storm is looking pretty grumpy. Cavendish, wall cloud reported. It is possible that this thing is going to continue to increase and the rotation will get stronger. And I wouldn't be surprised if Environment Canada ends up putting a tornado warning on that one as well, as we've seen quite a few today. We've got a minor rotation detected on that storm, which covers the Buffalo area. And it looks like that storm is going to continue moving east into my polygon. Aha! Joel says, what do you mean by 3% tornado risk on that storm? Is this an ECCC model? It is not. No, it is a machine learning algorithm out of the US. And we're gonna be adding it to Instant Weather Pro pretty soon. So you'll be able to click on any storm and you'll be able to see the percentages. So the overall severe percentage, the hail percentage, the wind percentage, and the tornado risk percentage. So it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, we'll be adding that to Instant Weather Pro. By the way, if you'd like to subscribe to Instant Weather Pro, you can do so at instantweatherpro.com. It's $100 for the year, which is about $825 a month. And whoa, that storm is getting even stronger. And then it's basically what we're using on the live stream. So it's a website too, which is really cool. And we're adding it to our Instant Weather app pretty soon. So if you subscribe to the website version, you'll be able to use it on the mobile app version as well too, when that launches in the next few weeks. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, huge thank you to all those who have subscribed to Instant Weather Pro. Your subscriptions help us take all the revenue of that and put it back into making it better and better and better. And so we're going to just keep doing that cycle until it's the best radar product that exists. So I already think in some ways it is, in some ways it needs work. So I think it's great, but due time, we'll get there. But yeah, Buffalo and Cavendish need to be taking shelter in the path of the storm. Rotation continues. There is a wall cloud reported on it. This storm is by far probably the strongest storm we're seeing right now. And I would not be surprised if it ends up producing as it continues to increase in strength. Wow, we are getting data well before other options. I'm watching another app right now, another Pro Radar app, and we have had this frame for about 2 minutes, and they still don't have the latest frame. So yeah, we are getting. So that's why it's called instant weather, because we try to be the fastest with our data. I shouldn't be surprised because I already know we're the fastest, but I didn't realize it was like 2 minutes faster than other options. So yeah, we've got. Oh, there's actually 2 areas of rotation now. There's this area over here as well too, which is northwest of Cavendish, and then there's this area down here, which is heading into the Buffalo area. And that, yeah, we've got minor rotation detected on that one. I think that's good for now. If it increases any more, I think we'll go, oh, okay. Tilt 2 right here is already looking much stronger. So this tail end Charlie storm, and again, we've got Prairie Storm Chasers are out there on this one right now. So we'll see what they say. But they did report a wall cloud.
I know you're a bit busy, but you may just want to look at Houston, Texas right now. It's just the radar
bananas?
is like wild.
Okay, like, I'm gonna go take a peek down here in the States just for a second, because Houston, Texas is inside of it. Oh, there's literally, wow. We can actually look at some of the other radar stations here. I'm gonna look at which one are you looking at? Are you looking at TIAH or
no,
THOU?
like the K one.
KHGX?
Make sure you're sitting down.
Whoa. Make sure I'm sitting down, did you say?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because once the velocity comes in, you're going to, like, fall off your chair.
By the way, Dev is working on upgrading the US radars right now to level 3. And right now we're at level 2, and we're going to update to level 3, and then the data is going to come in. Oh, my good lord.
I told you,
Are you serious? Is this a tornado emergency? It must be. 193 kilometer an hour wind gusts on this storm?
I don't think it's producing a tornado, though.
Oh,
I think it's
like
more
it's like
wind.
super, super strong downburst? Yeah.
That's what it looks like, because it's not like
good
focused.
Lord. Let's take a look at the other stations here. The THOU. Yeah, it can't even handle it. It's like the old Canadian radars, right? Where they would just like drop the data. It can't even handle the values coming out of the storm. That is going to be
they have a PBS severe thunderstorm warning for.
Yeah, they must. Look at this,
80 miles per hour
kilometers.
wind gusts.
Radar's 150 miles. Oh no, it's a kilometer an hour. Sorry. Yeah. I got confused there for a second. I'm like 150 miles. No, but there's a tornado warning on that storm. Yeah, tornado warning on that storm, but very, very violent. I can't believe.
Yeah, I think that would be just a good idea to have a tornado warning for that area, because it's going to be like a tornado. But
it is going to be. Look at this, 196 kilometers an hour. 200 kilometer an hour readout on radar. This is ridiculous. Okay, anyway, so that's happening in Houston. We hope everybody's staying safe
right now.
That is like horrifying. That was happening in Canada right now. Oh my goodness! But it's happening. It's just happening to Houston. That's a big population too. That is horrifyingly dangerous. Oh my goodness! I hope everybody's staying safe there. That is scary. I'm gonna go take a look at Manitoba. This storm is it's in our minor rotation detected area, the Buffalo area. Waiting for an update on that one. I should probably get rid of this polygon here. Oh, I have such bad posture right now. Everybody who's watching this live stream, I want you to stretch out. That's it. We're stretching. Stretch your arms. Shoulders back. Sit up straight. If you're looking at your phone, if you're like looking down at your phone, like lift it up. It's not good for your neck. Everybody stretch it out. Let's go. That's right. All 455. Yeah, stretch it out. Okay. Thank you. Does that feel better? Let me know if that felt better. If that's good. Joel says the Houston tornado warning is a regular tornado warning, but like you're saying, there's a PDS, a severe thunderstorm warning on that right now as well. Oh boy. That is dangerous. You're right. I'm glad you said make sure you're sitting down. By the way, I'm going to get a standing desk. That's it. Because I want to be able to do the thing like Ryan does, where and then you can like stand up. I think that's awesome. I've been thinking about that for a while. I didn't even know he had that. I've been thinking about it for a while. And as soon as I saw him have that, I'm like, that's it. I got to get that. I want that. It's like, what's that movie?
I want one too, but I don't need more desks. That's the problem. I only have so much space for desks.
In the first place. Exciting B says it felt better. Terry says be safe, everybody. Jay says that stretch was needed. Joey says if I stretch my arms out, I might get struck by lightning. Are you outside right now? Where are you? Steinbach is getting some rain. And Kleefeld, like we were talking about earlier, it looks like you're probably getting some hail pretty soon. Is there not a new radar update on that one yet? What's going on? Did the Winnipeg radar go down? It's 37 after, and we only have an 18 frame. Hold on, I'm checking other apps on here. One sec. That radar go
My
down.
Winnipeg
Come
radar
on.
is
It did
really
go down.
problematic.
Oh, come on. It went
It
down at
was like
17 after.
down for like months in the winter.
Why is it down? Not a good time for that radar to go down. We need that radar right now. Ah, man. Why is it going down? So painful. Okay. All right. Saskatchewan seems to be chilling out a little bit, which is good. And that's the only storm really that's left that we're concerned with at the moment is the one near Buffalo. And the rotation on it is not really that spectacular. All right. I think I'm going to call it. Get the motorized standing desk, says Ryan. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it. I think we're going to go, we're going to drop the live stream right now. We've been live streaming for 3 hours and 15 minutes. I'm going to call it. We're going to drop the live stream. I'm going to keep watching this particular storm as it tracks into Saskatchewan. If things get bananas, we might do the live stream again. But we'll see. We may or may not. We'll see. But I am going to keep tracking these storms. I have my iPad with me at all times. It's 100% charged. I'm going to be watching these storms closely. I'll send out a notification if the rotation gets any stronger on that one. But yeah, I think I'm going to... whoa, Marcia says they just said that the high-tension power poles near Houston have been snapped, and they're falling. That is this. That's like
Yeah,
it's got to be like the
looked at
ratio
a few
level.
frames ago, and it maxed out at like 130 miles per hour.
It's got to... That's got to be the strongest. You're getting up into 200 kilometers an hour.
209 kilometers
horrifying.
an hour.
That's like that's got to be the ratio
it's
level
EF2
of wind
strength. It's EF2 tornado strength over a whole wide city.
That is terrifying. That is ridiculous. Jay
I
says
would
thanks.
say like that's gonna be like one of the biggest weather disasters right now. Like
yeah, that is terrifying. I've never seen anything like that. Jay says thanks, Adam, Brennan, and team. You guys are amazing, and thank you to Alana. Thank you so much. Thank you to Teresa, Patricia, everybody on the team. We sincerely appreciate your help. We're going to drop the stream for now, but we will maybe be back. Probably not. We probably won't go live again, but if things get bananas, we may go live again. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to leave everything set up.
Maybe tomorrow, too.
And tomorrow Manitoba looks pretty interesting, so we got to go take a look at that forecast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Brendan. Appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue to watch. Thank you so much. Hope everybody stayed safe during the tornado warnings. And and we'll maybe not, probably, maybe not, possibly not, maybe be back. We'll see. But tomorrow, probably. We'll probably be streaming tomorrow. Anyways, okay, we'll be back soon. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll talk to you very soon. And if you have not downloaded a free app, please do so. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Download it. If we see something interesting, we'll send you a notification. And if, of course, Environment Canada issues anything at all, you'll get it instantly to your phone. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Alana.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.